called a Blanchard game a couple nights ago. They're the Lions, so I still got that in my head. Wrong cat, Lincoln Blue Tigers. You ever seen a blue tiger?
Every time we play Lincoln, that's it. That's the only time I can think of.
We're going to have someone put a finger on top of the football today as Grayson Miller kicks it away. Too much wind for it to stay on the tee. Broncos in their home blue uniforms, blue helmets, yellow pants today. As this one's going to be taken by Ely at the 3-yard line. Up to the 15 and hit hard and dropped at the 15-yard line. Big special teams play from UCO. That was William Mason who came in to make the play, the running back on special teams, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Lincoln.
Freshman out of Coweta, Oklahoma, and that's how you make yourself known to these coaches, right? You go out there and you perform on special teams, especially the young guys. Doesn't matter if you're a running back, go down there and make a tackle. That's how guys get noticed, and Mason did a good job right there.
1st down and 10 for Lincoln. I'll tell you what, their quarterback Xavier Vaughn is a good-looking athlete at 6'6", 200 back there in the backfield. Running back to his left is Omar Allen on 1st down from the 16. And it's Vaughn on a keeper left side, and he scoots forward to about the 20 off tackle for a gain of 4. Tackled by Jack Puckett. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Puckett did a nice job reading that. Quarterback faking the handoff and keeping it himself, but Puckett wasn't fooled, stepped right up and put the hit on the big quarterback.
2nd and 6 from the 20. Empty backfield for Vaughn, who drops to throw. Throws left side, pass complete. That's Ely at the 30, spinning off a tackle at the 32, off another one at the 35, and all the way out to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 17 for Adarius Ely and a 1st down for Lincoln.
That's just early scouting on the Broncos by Lincoln's coaching staff. A little underneath crossing route. Broncos have been pretty vulnerable to those routes all season long, and Lincoln gets a 1st down on their first one.
1st and 10 from the 37. Vaughn with Allen to his left in the backfield for Lincoln. Takes the snap and on 1st down, hands to Allen, right side, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Reed Lindsey was there. Big Hunter Largent in there as well. So was Lamb Gordon. Broncos opening up with a 4-man front today up front. And it's going to be no gain in 2nd and 10.
You can email us here in the booth if you're watching on the stream, listening on the radio, listening through an app. Email us here, ucoradio@gmail.com. Let us know where you're listening from. We'll give you a shout-out. UCO fan, Lincoln fan, we want to hear from you.
5 receivers as there's a handoff going left out across the 40 near the 45-yard line. That's Omar Allen, who went in motion out of the backfield and took a handoff for a gain of 9 out to the 46. And that sets up a 3rd down and 1 for Lincoln.
Lincoln offensive line did a nice job right there. Body it up on the UCO defense. And a big gain out of the backfield for the Blue Tigers, who, they came here to play football. They know they have a 31-game losing streak. They want to win one, and they've come out here early to try to do just that.
3rd down and 1. A pitch to Allen left side. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage by Zion Bell, and he's going to get nothing. And it's going to be a 4th down and 1 now at the 46. Wind in their face for Lincoln.
Man, if I'm Lincoln, I'm going for it right here.
Might as well, right?
You're not favored. You're on the road. You've put together a decent drive to start this ball game. You only need 1 yard. Go try to get it. Keep this drive alive for your offense.
Lincoln will bring on a couple tight ends. On 4th down and 1. Vaughn hands off to Allen. He's got the 1st down off the left side out to the 49 and fights to midfield. 4-yard run for Omar Allen moves the chains for the Blue Tigers, and they've got it at the midfield stripe.
Well executed play by Lincoln. Did what they needed to do, got a little extra yardage out of the deal, and now, like you said, ball at midfield for Lincoln, who's putting a nice little drive together.
1st and 10 at midfield for the Blue Tigers. 4 receivers for Vaughn. Omar Allen, the running back, to his left. man in motion, that's Watson. And they throw it in the flat to Ely left side, and Ely just gets as much as he can on the edge and runs to the sideline for a 3-yard gain down to the Bronco 47. They'll mark him out at the 48, so we'll call it a 2-yard gain.
Todd, I spent that whole play just thinking about what are the rules about the band playing where the ball is, right? Doesn't it have to do with what side of the field the ball is on? That ball was on the 50, so I didn't know if the band could play or not, but they did.
I think only half of them can play when it's on the 50.
I
think that's maybe the rule.
I like that.
2nd down and 8 from the Bronco 48 for Lincoln. 10:48 to go first quarter, opening drive of the game for the Blue Tigers. Vaughn rolling right, throws, pass complete into Bronco territory down at the 37-yard line. That one's caught by Jamari Watson for a nice gain. He'll gain 11, and it's a first down for Lincoln at the Bronco 37.
Want to shout out our friend Mike Kirk, who texted me here in the booth, missing only his 2nd home UCO game since 1987 when the Broncos wore leather helmets. And Mike, longtime sports information director here, still working in that capacity, helping out. And he's out of town for a wedding, but he is listening in. And Mike, we're glad you texted us. We're missing you here today, but we'll try to bring you all the action. You can email us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Vaughn, after a handoff fake, runs to his left, looking to get the edge, and somehow slips through a couple of Bronco tacklers who had him for a loss, and he gets a couple yards from the 37 down to the 35. Looked like that was going to be a loss of 2 or 3, and he shimmied through a couple tacklers and gained 2.
Yeah, did a really nice job of making something out of nothing. Did the big quarterback, like you said, 6'6", 200-pound sophomore out of Beaumont, Texas, and showed some ability to run the football right there in a situation that wasn't set up very well.
1st and 10 Lincoln at the Bronco 35. They've taken off 5.5 minutes from the clock. It's now Vaughn. Quarterback draw right up the middle. 1st down and more inside the 30, inside the 25, and down to the 24-yard line. Raekwon Wicks makes the tackle.
UCO defense, we were told was going to make some alignment changes this week, and I don't know if that's contributing to the efficiency of the defense at this point, but they're going to need a talking to. This Lincoln offense came to play. 1st and
10 Lincoln at the Bronco 24. Vaughn throwing right side in the flat, and it's dropped. Intended for DeJuan Lomax, who couldn't hold on. Lomax tried to run with it before he caught it, and might have been better off dropping it as he had a Bronco defender bearing down on him in the backfield.
Yeah, that thing probably would have been dropped for a loss regardless. So sometimes those drops are blessings in disguise for an offensive unit. Seemed to be the case there.
2nd down 10 at the UCO 24. 8:48 to go first quarter. Broncos and Lincoln tied up at 0. Opening drive of the game for Lincoln started back at their own 15-yard line. Have it at the UCO 24. Vaughn hands off on a jet sweep, and that's another 1st down inside the 15 to the Bronco 13-yard line. That's Jamari Watson who gets the ball on a handoff around in and runs for 12 yards.
And really, I mean, Lincoln doing this a variety of ways, running the ball different directions, up the middle, running the sweeps, throwing the football. I mean, they haven't relied on one particular type of play. They've really been kind of doing what they want against this UCO defense so far on this drive.
1st and 10 in the red zone at the Bronco 13-yard line for Lincoln. Vaughn in the gun sends Allen into the backfield to his right. Hands it off to Allen right up the middle. Not a lot there. He's able to get 3 yards to the 10. Hunter Largent in on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Hunter Largent, the 6'2", 345-pound junior out of Noble, Oklahoma. If you just get a little piece of Hunter Largent, you're hitting a wall. When he gets his full body into you, you're in big trouble.
At that 4-man front right now with Largent and Zane Adams. At defensive tackle, Reed Lindsey and Lamb Gordon are the defensive ends right now. On this 2nd down play, it's another handoff to Allen. This time he's hitting the backfield and dropped. Zane Adams, Lamb Gordon, meet me at the running back. They do it right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, just no blocking there up front for Lincoln. Defensive lineman did a good job of staying home, finding the ball carrier, and giving them nowhere to run.
This drive has taken 8 minutes off the clock for Lincoln. 7 minutes to go first quarter, and the clock's still ticking. 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Tigers at the Bronco 10.
There's only been one incomplete pass, I think, on this drive, right? So the clock has not stopped except for one time this whole drive.
Vaughn fakes the handoff, rolling right, throws in the flat, pass complete, and dragged down at the 7-yard line is Watson. He's going to get the 6-yard line. Broncos very fortunate to not get a horse collar tackle called there. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think the officials, they use a little bit of latitude based on how the player falls to the ground, right? So, but they were definitely, UCO was definitely latched onto the horse collar area.
So it's a field goal attempt for Lincoln of 23 yards. Mo Alwa-Eli in to kick the field goal. The snap and hold are good. The kick has plenty of leg, and it's good. So Lincoln takes over 9 minutes off the clock, 9 minutes and 5 seconds, and the Blue Tigers go down the field and score on their opening drive. 5:55 to go first quarter. It's Lincoln 3, UCO 0. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Returnable kickoff here for the Broncos as Kobe Stevens has it at the 10-yard line, up to the 25, spins out of a tackle, runs back to his left, looking for room, gives up some ground, back to the 25, and gets to about the 28, 29-yard line before he's driven backwards. Broncos will start from their own 29, 1st and 10 with 5:40 to go in the first quarter. The drive, John, 16 plays, 78 yards for Lincoln. Took almost 9 minutes off the clock for the Blue Tigers, and they score on a 23-yard field goal to lead 3-0. Give credit where it's due. Nice opening drive for Lincoln in this one, and we'll see if the Broncos offense can respond.
Sounds like an old Gary Howard UCO drive back in the day. That was our mission, was to take time off the clock and 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And it was a cloud of dust on this old field back in the day, because
I think we got a penalty here on Lincoln.
Coach Doral out on the field.
Didn't see the flag.
Yeah, I haven't seen one. I don't see one on the ground anywhere.
Here's our referee today. He's going to tell us here in a second. I think the options are re-kick it or add 5 to the end of the run back. Okay. So you can have them kick it over from 5 yards back or just take it where you're at. And the Broncos take it at the 29. Dawson Herl, the quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to his left, and now one comes in motion. That's Jacob Delso to the right side of formation. Woolfolk behind him in the pistol, and we've got a stoppage in play. And Adam Doral is letting our referee know something.
Why did play stop?
Okay. So I think what happened there, I'm just guessing because we're up here in the booth. I think Coach Doral thought he was going to get 5 added on.
Right.
And when he realized he didn't, he's like, well, we'll take the penalty and we'll have him re-kick. So we're going to do the kickoff all over again, this time from the 30-yard line. Remember when the NFL moved kickoffs to the 30 for a while?
Did they? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Did you see last night in the Colorado-Stanford game where Colorado kicked off from the 50 and they kicked it out of bounds? But
the other team got it to 20?
Yes,
yeah.
Because it goes 30 yards from
yeah.
the thing. So it was actually a really brilliant move because a touchback would have been 25.
Right.
So they just kicked it out of bounds and gave it to him at the 20.
Can you decline that, though, and make them re-kick?
That's a good question.
Take a 5-yard penalty?
Stanford took the ball, or they got the ball at the 20, so I'm not sure. I just saw a clip of it today, but interesting. It's interesting, some of the nuances of college football and the rules. You know, we've been calling games for a long time, Todd, but there's still, you know, things that happen just so infrequently that you're not 100% sure, and they're different at the NFL level or the high school level, and so it's hard to remember exactly, but even maybe for our coaching staff, as you said, maybe Doral thought he was going to get the 5, didn't get it, And then
well, I think in the pro game, because they just want to get rid of special teams plays in general, they just give you the yards afterwards.
Yeah.
So maybe the rules are a little different for college. It is worth noting this kickoff from the 30 now for Lincoln. It's into a very strong north wind today, so it should give the Broncos good field position. This is the one where you hope that you don't mess around and hold or block in the back and make a mistake by taking the penalty. So the second go of the kickoff, this time is a squib kick, picked up at the 35. Returned out past the 40 to the 45-yard line. So the Broncos do get much better field position, and Hudson Grant, the linebacker, picks that one up, did a good job fielding it, and scampers out to the 45.
I want to say hey to Angel, who emailed us here, says to shout out Amonte Davis, of course, UCO defensive back. Says they're watching from McKinney, Texas. Let's go UCO. Angel, thank you for the email. We concur. Let's go UCO. And we want to hear from everybody out there. UCOradio@gmail.com.
So the Broncos will have it. First down and 10 at the 44. Herl sends Delso in motion from left to right. Herl takes the snap, fakes a handoff, rolling right, looking, throwing over the middle, wide open. Tight end Dominique Dunn makes the grab for the first down into Lincoln territory and all the way down to the 40. That's a gain of 16 yards on the first play of the game, 1st and 10 Broncos.
And that's what the Broncos offense wanted to do, come out and establish themselves early, get a big gain on first down, and show this Lincoln defense that, 9-minute drives and field goals aren't going to win this ball game.
1st and 10 Broncos at the Lincoln 40. This time it's a handoff to Woolfolk, running left at the 40, gets a good block from Lane Grantham at the 35, 30, all the way down inside the 25. He'll be marked at the 25. It's still a 15-yard run and another first down.
Woolfolk was patient, getting behind big Lane Grantham. Grantham put that block on. Would have liked to seen Woolfolk cut outside and get up the sideline, and he probably would have made it to the end zone, but turned it back up inside, got some good yardage. Just 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 25. Herl under center this time with a fullback Carney and Woolfolk behind him in the eye. Herl hands on an off-tackle left to Woolfolk and nothing doing. He runs into a tackler right at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard from the 25 down to the 24. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Earlier this year, John, for as good as Trayvon Woolfolk's been, he might have run into Lane Grantham on that play. We talked about it before. He wasn't doing a really good job of waiting on his blocks. He read it wrong, but at least he waited on it that time.
Yep, much more patient there. I want to give credit to the Lincoln Blue Tiger that made the tackle there. That was Woodens Pierre Lewis. Just wanted to say his name because I think it's kind of awesome. Out of Miami, Florida, 6'3", 348-pound defensive lineman.
There's a pass over the middle to Terrell Davis for a touchdown as Dawson Herl finds Davis on the post route, right past the defense for a Bronco touchdown. So UCO marches right down the field and answers a 24-yard touchdown pass as Terrell Davis on the post route just beat his man and gets in for 6, and the Broncos lead 6-3 with 4:06 to go.
That drive didn't take quite as long as Lincoln's opening drive, but it did result in more points for the Broncos, and good to see the offense come out and have success on a few plays there.
Vargas will hold on the extra point. Quevedo will kick it through, and the Broncos lead 7-3. 4:06 to go first quarter. UCO 7, Lincoln 3. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Touchdown pass from Dawson Herl to Terrell Davis makes it 7-3 UCO. Don't forget, football fans, as the 12th man, we know you leave it all out on the field for every game, and there's no better place to refuel after the game than Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Head over to Raising Cane's. They're open late, ready to serve up their One Love in the drive-thru, takeout, or now offering mobile ordering. Raising Cane's, proud supporter of UCO Broncos athletics. So the touchdown drive for the Broncos and the answer. And now, John, I think this is an important possession for the defense, right? Not that you should be in any danger of losing this game, but it did not play well on that opening drive.
No, I mean, you can't have Lincoln put together a 9-minute drive right down the field that results in any points for the Blue Tigers. That's not what this defensive staff or offensive staff, for that matter, wants to see out of the UCO defense. You talked about it being kind of a get-right game. So far, they haven't gotten right, and there's still plenty of time left to do that as Lincoln runs an 11th man onto the field late for the kickoff return. And this UCO defense needs to go out and make some plays here.
Grayson Miller will kick it away, and it's a high kick that's going to be fair caught. It's actually going to go into the end zone for a touchback, and Lincoln will have it at the 25-yard line, 1st down and 10. Want to remind you, Bronco fans, we got 2 straight road games coming up the next few weeks. 6 p.m. next week in Tahlequah for the President's Cup against Northeastern. Obviously, I know, John, you would highly suggest that Bronco fans get up to support in that big in-state rivalry game. But if you can't, you can hear the game right here on KOKC or check it out on the MIAA network.
Yeah, make the trip up to Tahlequah. It's not that far. There's some good places to eat up that way, and you'll get to see some good UCO football against the Riverhawks of Northeastern State.
Riverhawks down 21-0, 6 minutes to go, first quarter to Central Mo right now. 1st and 10 Lincoln. There's a handoff to Adams. Running right, looking to get the corner, and he does. Out across the 30 to the 31. A flag comes flying in from midfield. I think that ref showing off. He threw that one with the wind.
Yeah, he was like, now's my moment. Now's my time. Look at he saw the bigger flags and knew that little flag would fly.
Let's see what our referee has to say about this one.
It's going to be a hold against Lincoln, right?
Yeah, it's a hold.
I didn't hear
Mike
him.
was out there for a second.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a spot foul. So it happened at the 29, so it's going to move the ball back to the 19. So it sets up the ever-popular 1st down and 16 for Lincoln at their own 19. You don't get those very often.
Well, I don't think we saw any plays where Lincoln went backwards on the first drive, so the Broncos will certainly take that.
Well, that's another thing. Give credit to Lincoln. They played mistake-free that first drive as far as penalties as well. 1st down, here's a quarterback draw for Vaughn, running right side and nothing doing. He's going to carry a tackler to the 20, but only a gain of 1 on the play. As Hunter Largent, Zane Adams right there up the middle again for the Bronco defense. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
Monique emailed us from Dallas, Texas, says, shout out to my brother Marcus Sowell, who's a defensive lineman for the Broncos. Monique, we're glad you emailed us. UCOradio@gmail.com. Give us a shout. Let us know where you're at, who you're rooting for, what you're doing today, what you think of Todd, whatever. We'll read it on the air if we can, and we'll certainly give you a shout-out. UCOradio@gmail.com.
2nd down 15 from the 20 for Lincoln, and they're going to have to use a timeout. Play clock was about to expire, and we'll take it with them. 2:54 to go first quarter, 7-3. UCO leads Lincoln. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Welcome back. 2nd and 15 for Lincoln as we come back as Vaughn rolls to his left, looking to pass. He's pressured. He throws it away into the Bronco bench. Good job by Xavier Vaughn to not be sacked back inside the 10 there and just throw that ball away. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, he was under all kinds of pressure, and that's what this UCO defense wants to show today, right? Pressure the quarterback, stop the running game, establish themselves at the line of scrimmage, and the Broncos looking a lot better on this drive thus far, because even with the penalty, which made it 1st and 16 to start this drive, the way Lincoln ran the ball on the first drive of the game, you thought, well, they might be able to, run it a few times and convert this, but now they're in a definite passing situation here on 3rd and 16. 3rd and 15.
Had a little stoppage in play. The ball went into the Bronco bench, and they had to retrieve it out of there. It's 3rd and 15 from the 20. Lincoln needs to get it up to the 35. Vaughn has the running back Allen to his left. Broncos blitz. Vaughn throws one right side, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Had a man get some space. That was Nathan Valencia. And the pass falls incomplete, and Lincoln will punt it away, and the Broncos should have really good field position here as the Blue Tigers punt into the wind. That's another big thing about that opening drive for Lincoln, John. They took 9 minutes off the clock into the wind as well.
Yeah, and got points out of it. But, I wonder how much the Sports Performance Center blocks that wind down there on the field and helps things out.
Here's the punt. It's a low spiraling kick that's going to hit at midfield and bounce into Bronco territory. Inside the 40 all the way down to the 36-yard line. That's where UCO will have it 1st down and 10 at the 36. That is a 44-yard punt with no return into the wind. And we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 2:44 to go first quarter, 7-3. Broncos lead your 36-yard line for UCO as Dawson Herl at quarterback today. Jalen Cottrell in the game right now, running back for the Broncos. There's a fake handoff to Cottrell. Herl drops and now sends a screen to Cottrell right side, and it's set up at the 40, at the 45 at midfield, and he cuts back and he's tackled at the Lincoln 45-yard line. Good open field tackle by Elijah Juarez, maybe saving a touchdown there, but it's still a big gainer for the Broncos and a 1st down. 19 yards on the play.
Yeah, good blocking down that sideline. Looked almost like a punt return, just a wall set up there for Cottrell once he caught that football, and Broncos move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the Lincoln 45. Cottrell in the pistol behind Herl in the gun. Dawson takes the snap and drops the throw. Plenty of time. Floats one. Wide open. Delso at the 25-20. Cuts back at the 15. He's hitting down at the 11-yard line. Jacob Delso makes a big grab. That one 34 yards on the pass and catch, and a 1st down Broncos.
Well, you got to catch that one, too, because I'm not sure Jacob Delso will ever be more open than he was on that play. That's got to be kind of nerve-wracking watching that ball come in when you're that wide open, because only you can mess it up at that point. But Delso does a nice job hauling it in and getting some yards after the catch.
1st and 10 at the 11 for the Broncos. 3 receivers right, ball's on the left hash. Woolfolk back in at running back. Hard count. Now Herl looks to the sidelines. Takes the shotgun snap. Hands to Woolfolk. Running right. Looking to bounce outside, and he can't get there. That's Elijah Juarez, who tracks him down for no gain. At the 11, it'll be 2nd and 10. Running up on a minute to play. 1st quarter, and the Broncos will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:04 to go 1st quarter. 7-3 UCO with the lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football.
And we were undefeated. They were 1 loss. It was one of the biggest games in the country that day, and we got a big win. It was fun.
After the timeout, here's a throw in the flat left side to Darius Melton, and Melton's in for the touchdown. Dawson Herl finds Melton at about the 10-yard line, and Darius does the rest. And the Broncos are lighting up the scoreboard again on another Dawson Herl touchdown pass. This time Darius Melton from 11 yards out, and it's 13-3 UCO.
Just another good job by that UCO offense coming out and executing the plays that are called. And, we should be seeing a lot of that today out of this UCO offense. And most of these drives, if they're executed well, should end with points.
Extra point from Quevedo is up, and it's through. And with 1:01 to go in quarter number 1, it's UCO 14, Lincoln 3. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Welcome back in. 11-yard touchdown pass, for the Broncos, as the kick is fair caught, and it goes over the head of the receiver, and it's picked up at the 4-yard line, and that's where Lincoln will have it. 1st and 10 is at the 4. So when you call for the fair catch, if you don't catch it, it's right where you pick it up that you start from, and Lincoln will start at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, and the kick returner just overran it. He came sprinting forward as the ball got hung up in the air a little bit and just ran a little too far, and then he had to put his hands way over his head to try to catch it, and just wasn't in position to do so. So unfortunate break for the Blue Tigers, good break for the UCO defense if they can hold right here, this field position, and force a turnover or force Lincoln to kick this thing out of the shadow of their own goalposts. It'll set up the offense really well.
1st and 10, Lincoln from their own 4. As in at running back for the Blue Tigers is Lamarco Yates, who's in to the right of Xavier Vaughn, who takes the shotgun snap, hands to Yates left side, and he gets barely out of the end zone as Hunter Largent wrestles him down at the 2 for a loss of a couple. Largent looked like he came in unblocked from the backside that time. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, didn't catch the replay on the Jumbotron there. Was trying to see if he was unblocked or if he just put a move on. Sometimes those offensive linemen get to lunging a little bit, and you just use their body weight against them and put a move on them, force them forward, go around behind them, make the play. This may have been what Hunter Largent did right there.
Yates next to Vaughn, working out of the gun in his own end zone, throws left side, pass complete out to the 10, and wrestled out of bounds there as the grab was made by Damon Bell. J.K. Moore takes him out of bounds and gets him out of the shadow of their own end zone, though. It's an 8-yard gain for Lincoln. It'll be a 3rd down and 4.
Still good field. That's the quarter.
That's the end of quarter number 1. So Lincoln will have the wind at their back in quarter number 2. After 1 quarter of play, it's UCO 14, Lincoln 3. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Number 2, it'll be a 3rd down and 4 for Lincoln from their own 10-yard line. The University of Central Oklahoma would like to thank Overland Charters, the official transportation provider for Bronco Athletics. 3rd down and 4 for Lincoln from their own 10 as we start quarter number 2. Todd Lisenby, John Fitzgerald in the booth. Chloe Young, our in-studio producer. Vaughn, the quarterback, takes the shotgun snap. Broncos blitz. Vaughn hit as he throws. Pass complete, but short of the first down. It's going to be up to the 13-yard line for a gain of 3, 1 yard short of the first down. And Lincoln's going to have to punt it away with the wind at their back here.
Lincoln's coach he went over and looked to see how far they were from it.
It's a full yard.
He might be thinking about it. No, now he's going to send the punt team on. Well, they picked up a yard earlier when they needed to convert a 4th down against UCO, so.
Big stat in the first quarter. Broncos lead this game. They've outgained Lincoln 120-89. Time of possession, 11:28 for Lincoln, 3:32 for UCO in the first quarter. That 9-minute drive to start the game helped for Lincoln. Punt coming out of the end zone, nearly blocked, and the Broncos got a piece of it. Referee saying the Broncos got a piece of it. It goes out of bounds into the Lincoln bench. So there's no penalty. And we'll see where this is marked at. It's marked at the 40-yard line in Lincoln territory. I didn't see who got a piece of it, but the referee signaled that it was tipped. And so the Broncos will take over at the Lincoln 40.
Coach Dorrell was high-fiving and talking to Thomas Webb as he came off the field. Might have been the Bronco that got his fingertips on the ball.
So UCO will start in plus territory at the Lincoln 40-yard line. We'll give you some scores from the MIAA here momentarily, as all the games are underway for today in the conference. 1st and 10 Broncos. Herl in the gun, has Woolfolk behind him. Hands to him right up the middle and runs into a defender at about the 37 and fights forward to the 36 for a 4-yard gain on 1st down. Emporia State leads Washburn at halftime 28-10. 3rd quarter now, Fort Hays State 17-10 lead over Nebraska Kearney. Northwest Missouri State at halftime leads number 21 Missouri Western 24-10 in St. Joe's today. Pittsburgh 14-0 lead on Missouri Southern in the 2nd quarter. Here's a reverse. Peyton Scott pitches it back, and this is Christian Romero coming back to the left side of the field inside the 30 to the 28 for a 1st down. They'll give him the 27. The one other game, our opponent next week, Northeastern State, they are down after 1 quarter, 28-0 to Central Missouri.
We used to run a lot of reverse when I played here and had some guys that could really fly, and we scored a lot of touchdowns running the reverse. But the most fun thing as an offensive lineman was getting to get that crackback block on someone who wasn't looking, which you can't do anymore.
Can't do it anymore, yeah. 1st and 10 at the line at the Lincoln 27 as Herl looking to throw right side, throws for Madison Ridgeway, and it's incomplete. Air mailed him a little bit. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tried to catch him on that post route that Terrell Davis scored on earlier.
2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just way too much on that ball from Herl. That one wasn't close.
14-3 our score. UCO trailed this one 3-0. Lincoln took the opening drive down for a field goal, but it's been all Broncos ever since. Herl has Woolfolk to his left on this 2nd and 10 play from the Lincoln 27. Blitz shown. Blitz comes. It's a handoff to Woolfolk right up the middle, and he gets a few yards. He's hit at the line of scrimmage at the 32 or at the 27, and he fights forward to the 23. Tackled on the play by Vez Carter. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 for UCO at the Lincoln 23-yard line.
Woolfolk definitely got more yardage than he should have on that play. But that's kind of been Woolfolk's MO this year. He keeps those feet pumping and has really made some yardage out of not great situations all season long.
3rd down and 6 for UCO. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Woolfolk the back. Herl hands to Woolfolk, running left, cuts up at the 25 to the 20. 1st down, lowers his head at the 16 and gets to the 15. Trayvon Woolfolk with an 8-yard run on 3rd and 6, and the Broncos have it in the red zone, 1st and 10. Tells you it's probably 4-down territory that they ran it there on 3rd and 6. 1st down and 10 UCO at the Lincoln 15. Oscar Hammond in at tight end now to the left. Dominique Dunn at tight end to the right. Herl fakes a handoff, rolling right, looking for Hammond. No one to throw it to. Dawson's looking to run it now. He drops it off last second for Oscar Hammond, and it's incomplete. Herl thought about running it, and then the defender came off of Oscar Hammond to try to tackle him, and he just tried to shot put it forward. And luckily for the Broncos, nothing worse than an incompletion there.
Well, UCO doesn't have a men's track team anymore, Todd, so the shot put technique is probably not the best on campus here. Got to work on that a little bit.
You did shot put, right?
Heck yeah.
Herl throws one right side flat to Cottrell at the 15, cuts back at the 10, inside the 10 and to the 9-yard line. Gains 6 on second down. It'll be 3rd and 4. Discus was your specialty, though, right?
I was better at that, but
okay.
I wasn't shabby at the shot put either. Used to have a shot put ring right here in this stadium in the south end zone back when it was grass. And I always thought that'd be a good touchdown celebration, Todd, if I'd ever scored a touchdown in that south end zone to get in the shot put ring and shot put it. Of course, I was an offensive lineman, so if I had ever done that, something really weird would have had to have happened.
3rd down and 4 for the Broncos at the Lincoln 9. Woolfolk back in the game to the left of Herl. Herl throwing, left side, pass complete to Hammond. Hammond cuts back at the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon for Dawson Herl. 3 different receivers. That one goes 9 yards for a touchdown to Oscar Hammond.
And this UCO offense kind of doing what they want against this Lincoln defense. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Broncos. Kind of what I think we expected today. And UCO defense has stepped up after the first drive and done a nice job as well. So Broncos kind of working some of those things out, but most importantly putting points on the board when they have opportunities and leading this game big.
Quevedo on for the extra point. The snap's a little low, but handled by Vargas, and Quevedo knocks it through. 21-3 UCO, 10:55 for serving as our exclusive healthcare provider for UCO athletics. So 21 unanswered for UCO. Regular service has kind of been restored after that opening drive from Lincoln. And I think at this point, John, we've seen that the offense can and should move the ball all day, but defensively they've got to continue to build on the last couple drives.
Yeah, it's been, I think the first drive was certainly a wake-up call for this UCO defense, but they've done a nice job since. And we'll see if the Broncos can continue that here. Still looking for a turnover this year that doesn't result in 6 points. The Broncos have had 2 turnovers only this season as a defensive unit. Both of them have been pick sixes, which, don't get me wrong, if all your turnovers result in touchdowns, that's a great thing. But it would be nice to see them get increase their takeaway numbers over the next few weeks.
God bless Jalik Lewis. He's not a holder very often. He's having a hold on this kickoff. He got on the wrong side, which would have been trouble if the right-footed Grayson Miller would have kicked with him holding the ball on the wrong side. So Grayson Miller puts him on the right side of the ball now. He's got a fingertip to hold it there with the wind blowing it away, and Miller boots it away. Good kick into the wind that sends the return man back to the 1. He's going to return it out to the 10, out to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. That's good coverage by the Broncos. A really good kick there by Miller. And the return by Damon Bell gets the ball out to the 16 for Lincoln.
Yeah, that was one of those where I'm not sure Bell wanted to catch that thing and return it, but he forgot to signal fair catch, so he didn't have a choice once he ran backwards and caught that football. Actually had a pretty decent return from where he
returned
it from.
Running backwards, yeah. So from the 16, Lincoln will have it. 1st down and 10. So we see the Broncos, who have been pretty exclusively in this 4-man front today. And 4 defensive linemen run out for this set as well. Lamb Gordon, Wesley Hudson out there. And now a timeout called by Lincoln. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. Update you on some scores around the MIAA currently, where every game in the conference is now underway. Emporia State 28-10 lead over Washburn. That game is early 3rd quarter. Fort Hays State has added a touchdown. They lead Nebraska Kearney 24-10 in the 3rd. Of course, we go up to Hays, Kansas here in 2 weeks to take on the Tigers. Northwest Missouri State and Missouri Western, that's a big rivalry game. Those schools not separated by much as far as miles is concerned, St. Joe's and Maryville. And right now, Northwest Missouri State on the road at St. Joe's is getting the better of the Griffins. 24-17, the Bearcats lead that one. That game about halfway through the third quarter. Pitt State leads Missouri Southern 14-0 in the second, as out of the timeout, there's a run for a loss, and a big loss, as that was LaMarco Yates who got the carry and lost 3-4 yards back to the 12.
Thomas Webb came up from his defensive back position. He read it immediately. I don't know if it was a designed blitz on that right side, but big loss there in the backfield as soon as the handoff was made.
And one other score, 42-0. Central Mo leads Northeastern with still 11 minutes to go in the first half in Tahlequah today. Second down and 14 from the 12 for Lincoln. Vaughn fakes a pitch, drops to throw, floats one left side, has a man open, but the pass is overthrown and incomplete. Boy, he had a Darius Ely out there on his own and just threw it a little too tall for him. It'll be third down and long. Those are the ones where for UCO, John, yes, it's an incomplete pass, but in film, that's not going to be graded real well for everybody.
Yeah, you don't want anybody that open, even if they are standing on the white paint on the sideline, because there's a fine line, literally, between being inbounds and out of bounds, and that one was pretty close.
Third down from the 12-yard line and 14 for Lincoln. Vaughn looking to throw, pressured, rolling right. Steps into one, throws it, and it's incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver, Nathan Valencia, and it'll be fourth down for Lincoln, and the Blue Tigers will kick it right back away to UCO.
Good job by that defense coming out, making Blue Tigers go backwards, and now they're going to have to punt this thing standing on their own goal line or just inside the end zone. See if the Broncos bring the heat on this one. They got a piece of the last punt. You certainly don't want to rough the punter here, though, and give them a first down. You'd rather have the field position.
Line of scrimmage is the 12. It's a much better punt, end over end. It is going to hit near the sideline, though, and get out of bounds. Would have been a nice bounce had it stayed in bounds. Instead, it gets out of bounds right at the midfield stripe for a 38-yard punt with no return, and there is a timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout up to date with game scores, highlights, and analysis of Bronco Athletics teams by visiting broncosports.com. First and 10, UCO at the midfield stripe. Herl in the gun has Jalen Cottrell to his left on this first down play. Herl hands to Cottrell right up the middle and only gets about a yard before he's driven back at the Lincoln 49. It'll be second down and 9.
Just got to get a little more surge there on the right side of that offensive line. Had two Lincoln defenders at the line of scrimmage ready to stand Cottrell up. They did exactly that, drove him backwards.
Second down and 9, UCO at the Lincoln 49-yard line. As Dawson Herl in the gun works with Trayvon Woolfolk behind him on this second down play. Herl, straight drop, pumps, looks, man wide open. It's Ridgeway. He floats it to him. He catches it at the 20 and gets out of bounds at the 15. They got him on the double move. Madison Ridgeway was wide open. It's a 34-yard gain and a first down for UCO in the red zone.
Looked almost identical to that one Delso caught in the first quarter as far as the coverage went. Just on the left side of the field, wide open. This time, of course, it's Ridgeway. He hauls that ball in, and before being ushered out of bounds, the Broncos have great field position.
First down at the 15. Herl under center with an I formation. Herl hands to Woolfolk, running right. Not a lot there. He cuts back to his left. Ooh, he fumbled. Well, they're going to say he's down at the 13-yard line for a gain of 2. So it's a second down and 8 at the 13, and there's a injured player for the Blue Tigers on the field at the 15-yard line that is being attended to right now. We'll update you when we get a number on who that injured player is. Want to remind you, you can get in touch with us here in the booth. UCOradio@gmail.com. That is Jordan Garth, the freshman from Jeff City, Missouri, 6'1", 285 defensive lineman that's down for the Blue Tigers being attended to.
We'll hope he's all right. Hometown kid, Jefferson City, Missouri. That's, of course, where Lincoln University is. We got to make the trip up there last year. That'd be probably the last time we'll be at Lincoln University for quite some time with the Blue Tigers leaving the conference.
They've got a pretty good homecoming scene, don't they?
They do. They had a really good crowd last year, and I'll tell you what, they were always hospitable. We had homemade goodies in the booth last year, so they take good care of you. And as Garth is going to be helped off the field with the assistance of one of the trainers there, looks like a leg injury of some sort. So we'll hope the best for that young man.
Broncos have, I will say, John, they've moved the ball pretty much at will this game, but they have struggled to run the ball between the tackles.
Yeah, a little bit. We've seen Woolfolk make some yardage, but he's had to do it fighting through a crowd of folks, right, when he has done it. And we've seen them, that time right there, one of the linebackers for Lincoln, Elijah Juarez, he just did a good job not overrunning the play. He cut back and didn't allow that lane to open up for Woolfolk.
Carney in the backfield as here's a pitch pass to Logan running back to his right at the 15, at the 10. A flag comes in. He's going to get near the end zone to the 1 yard line, but this one's coming back for a block in the back as Tariq Logan got the little pitch, the little pop pass as he ran behind the center in front of the quarterback. And it's going to be a penalty on the Broncos. We'll hear it officially from our referee.
Holding, number 87, offense. Take our penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's Dominic Dunn on the penalty. And that's one of those, John, that, I mean, it literally happened right in front of the ref, and it happened to open the play up as well.
Yeah, and good call by the official there, as it did help spring the ball carrier. So the Broncos take a bit of a loss on the field position there. I don't think the Broncos have been, is that their first penalty today?
It's the first penalty of the game, yeah. So it moves the ball back to the 23-yard line for a second down play now. 2nd and 18 from the 23. Need to get it to the 5. Herl in the shotgun. Straight drop. 4-man rush. Throws over the middle. Pass dropped inside the 5, intended for Terrell Davis. He was going to take a big hit, and he might have alligator armed that one a little bit. It's going to be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down.
Really good throw. Davis is hobbling off the field a little bit, too. Really good throw by Herl. I mean, he put it right where he needed to. Just got to catch that football.
So a 3rd and 18 for UCO. And right now, John, this will be a 40-yard field goal, but into the wind, this is not a gimme field goal. So see what the Broncos do here, if they try to get it all in one chunk or maybe get a little bit of it. Herl looking to the sideline. Peyton Scott in at running back on this 3rd down play. 4-man rush, straight drop. Dawson throws past tip, nearly intercepted at the 15. That was, we called his name earlier, Vez Carter, who got a hand on that one. It'll be 4th down. And the Broncos are going to try a 40-yard field goal into this very strong north wind towards the Sports Performance Center.
I mean, these are the games where you do try these things, right? You give your kicker, he goes and makes this thing into the wind. It's a good confidence boost. It's not going to have an effect on the ball game most likely. Broncos kind of stalled themselves out on a penalty there. First offensive miscue of the day.
From the left hash, the snap and hold are good. Quevedo's kick, it has enough leg, and he got it. Nicky Quevedo from 40 yards into the wind adds to the Bronco lead. 7:55 to go first half. It's 24-3. UCO leads Lincoln. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Our drive for the Broncos. It ends in a 40-yard field goal by Nicky Quevedo. 24-3. UCO extends their lead with 7:55 to go in the first half. Grayson Miller set to kick this one away. Wind dying down, not quite as bad as it was earlier. Still pretty gusty, into a little bit of a wind here. Miller's kick this time not near as good. A high short kick taken on a fair catch at the 25. And that's where Lincoln will take over, is at the 25. Darius Ely probably would like to redo that one. He could have gotten a few yards after the catch.
Yeah, that's one that you don't want a fair catch. And let me look at the chart. Yeah, definitely. That's what the chart says. Catch it and run with it.
So 1st and 10 for Lincoln from the 25. The Blue Tigers in the game have 92 yards of offense, and 78 of it came on the opening drive for Lincoln. As Vaughn on 1st down throws. There's a good chunk there on a pass to Ely over the middle. There's a flag down at the play, and it's going to go out to the 45-yard line for a 20-yard gain. We might have an ineligible man downfield here on the Blue Tigers.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's in that vicinity, doesn't it?
Well, we're geniuses, aren't we?
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, Todd.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. It erases a 20-yard gain and moves the ball back to the 20-yard line. That was a nice throw by Vaughn. And it'll be 1st and 15 now at the 20.
I want to say hi to Rachel Niebuhr, watching from St. Louis, Missouri. Says shout out to my son Caleb Niebuhr, number 50 on the Blue Tigers. So we're glad that we're able to bring the Lincoln fans the action today. We're glad you're watching along or listening. And we're glad you emailed us, Rachel, ucoradio@gmail.com.
1st and 15 at the 20. Vaughn takes the snap, throws right side and incomplete. Tried to find Allen out in the flat. And it'll be a 2nd down from the 20. John, I know we both played offensive football, but the Broncos, who look like they've kind of switched from a 3-man front to a 4 today, how hard is that to do over the course of 1 week?
I mean, if you only practiced the 3-man front all year, it probably is quite a change as far as responsibilities and such.
Here's Vaughn on 2nd down throw and has a man open through the hands of Ely and incomplete. Had the 1st down up around the 40 if he would have caught it, and there's no flag down as Ely is on the ground after taking a hit, and the Lincoln coaching staff is not happy that a flag was not called there, was not thrown.
Yeah, they wanted that immediately. I got to tell you, Todd, though, I didn't think the hit was as bad as what we're seeing on the field right now. Maybe I'm incorrect on that, but I didn't think it looked like too bad of a hit. But that receiver is still down on the field being tended to, so maybe it was.
University of Central Oklahoma would like to thank its corporate sponsor, Nike, and BSN Sports, the official apparel provider for Bronco Athletics, and also Edmond Electric, Oklahoma's largest community-owned electric utility, serving the Edmond community since 1908. Today, Edmond Electric provides services to more than 90,000 residents within the city of Edmond. Edmond Electric, now that's the power of Edmond. Ely's off the field under his own power on the far side. And it's going to be a 3rd and 15 play for the Blue Tigers from their own 20-yard line with 7:19 to go first half. UCO already up 24-3. By the way, Central Mo's up 49-0 with 9 minutes left in the first half against Northeastern. Good Lord.
That looks like
they can score quick, can't they?
That looks like 2018, 2019 Northeastern State score.
Now we've got a stoppage of play before the snap here. So a sideline warning on Lincoln.
Well, that's just the coach still getting after the field judge over there. He's really been letting him have it throughout the break for not throwing a flag on that hit on his receiver. So sticking up for his players, I don't hate to see that out of a coach.
3rd and 15, Vaughn drops to pass, pressured, steps up, wants to run with it, gets to the 23-yard line, and Connor Johnson erases him there. He gains 3 on the scramble, but well short of the 1st down, and Lincoln will punt it back to the Broncos after going 3 and out.
Yeah, and Reed Lindsey's hurt. They were tending to him in between the last possessions, and he just looks like he's kind of favoring one side of his body, so we'll continue to keep an eye on Reed Lindsey and his health.
Tariq Logan back to receive this punt. Haven't really seen the Broncos get a good punt return on this year. We'll see if they get one here. Well, they tried to block it, and this is another kick that goes towards the Lincoln bench and out of bounds at the UCO 42-yard line. So that's a punt of 35 yards with no return, and the Broncos will have it 1st and 10. They mark it out. The ball literally went out at the 42-yard line. They marked it at the 41.
I've always been fascinated by the process of the officials figuring out where a ball goes over, right? Now, that one hit pretty low, so it seemed like it would have been easy, but those balls that go out of bounds, 20, 30 yards in the sky, it's got to be hard to mark those accurately when you're on the sideline in line with it.
1st and 10 Broncos from their own 41. Herl in the shotgun. Straight drop, plenty of time, all day. Throws on the wheel route for Hammond. Left side, caught at the 30. Cuts back at the 20. Still in bounds at the 15. And out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Not sure what he was doing holding his hand out with the ball. Oscar Hammond, they give him all the way down to the 12-yard line. That's still a big gain on the play. 47 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, what a throw, an in-stride catch by Hammond, who had the ball in his sight the whole way. And it looked like he was trying to.
I think he thought he was
handle.
getting grabbed by the face mask and was holding his hands out like, hey, throw the face mask.
Yeah, but you can't shrug your shoulders with the ball in your hand during the play. That's a nice way to lose the football.
1st and 10 at the 12 for the Broncos. There's a throw right side to Delso at the 10, lowers his head to about the 8-yard line, and the Blue Tigers come away with the ball. They thought they stripped it away from him, but the referees say this one's blown dead.
Yeah, I think they stopped forward progress in bounds. The official was giving the clock winding signal like, hey, the play's over, but keep the clock running, right?
4-yard gain. And when it's forward progress stopped, you can't challenge it either if you're Lincoln. 2nd down and 6 from the 8. I formation now. Herl has Kearney at fullback, Woolfolk at tailback. Hands to Trayvon Woolfolk, running left. Gets away from a man at the line, gets down inside the 6 into the 5-yard line. Turned what really should have been a gain of 0 or 1 into about a 4-yard gain. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3. 3rd and 3.
I want to say hi to Max Saravia. Says shout out to Ruben Saravia. That's number 77 for Lincoln. That's Ruben's parents in Loma Linda, California. They emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com. We're glad they did. We want to hear from you as well.
Herl under center on 3rd down and 3 from the 5. Hands to Woolfolk, right side, hit in the backfield, spins away, gives up ground all the way to the 10, and somehow fights down to the 3-yard line for a gain of 2.
There's just no explanation how Woolfolk got any yards out of that play right there. It was blown up immediately by a defensive lineman who got underneath the blocker and closed up the lane. Woolfolk had to cut back, and when he did, he found himself in the middle of 4 Lincoln defenders and somehow managed to get through all 4 of them to get some yardage.
4th and 1. Broncos going for it. Herl hands to the fullback, Kearney, off right guard. And it looks like he's going to have it. It's going to depend on the spot. He may not have got it, actually. He needed to get to the 2-yard line. I think he's short. He is short, and the flag comes in late as well. Broncos turn it over on downs. Couldn't get a yard inside the 5. Credit to Lincoln defensively for making the stop, and now we've got a flag after the play as well.
Well, and that may compound the situation for the Broncos. I think that might be a personal foul or unsportsmanlike against UCO. So Lincoln's not going to have the field position that the Broncos thought they were going to have. I think they're going to get 15 yards of relief in the form of a penalty as the officials talk about this and sort it out.
Broncos needed to get it to the 2, and they only got it to the 3. They got about halfway between, about the 2.5. As here's our referee now.
Ruling on the field is the runner was short of the line of gain. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 70, Central Oklahoma. This first court disqualification. A 15-yard penalty. First down Lincoln.
So that moves the ball from the 2-yard line out to the 17. And that's where Lincoln will have it 1st and 10. Robert Givens, the guilty party for UCO. 4 minutes to go, first half, 4:02 to be exact. 24-3, UCO with the lead. Vaughn hands to Allen right up the middle, finds a little space outside the 20 to the 22-yard line. A nice 5-yard run on first down. 4-yard run, we'll call it, on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Northeastern State's on the board, 49-7 now. 5:25 left in the first half. They're losing to Central Missouri. Of course, Northeastern State, the opponent for the Broncos next week up in Tahlequah, where we'll be taking the big march up the stairs, Todd.
Yes, we will.
No elevator at Doc Wadley.
No. Not a big fan, if I'm being honest. 2nd down and 6. Vaughn throwing right side. Pass complete near the first down marker. It is a first down. Across the 30 to the 31. That's Nathan Valencia on the grab. Gain of 9 on the play. Soft coverage that time from Cam Manahan, and it's a 9-yard gain and a first down for Lincoln. That's their first down since that opening drive for the Blue Tigers.
Yeah, they had the one that was called back, right?
Yep.
It was a pretty good pass play here in the second quarter, but other than that, it's been pretty slow going.
Broncos offside, free play for Lincoln as Vaughn rolls left, throws, pass complete, and another first down across the 40 and out to the 45 to Adarius Ely. 14-yard gain on the play. The penalty is going to be declined here. And another first down for Lincoln.
We're going to talk about this. Should be offside.
You know, that play went on the left side, John. 2 officials threw their flag. The head linesman on our near side ran all the way over to the other side of the field to tell him what he threw the flag for. Couldn't they just, like, go, hey, same thing, right? You know, like,
just use the hand signal.
It is a first down play, 14 yards out to the 46 for Lincoln.
The officials got to get their steps in, too, Todd.
That's
He's
true.
Probably
That's
trying
true.
to crank up the Fitbit or whatever.
First and 10, Blue Tigers. Allen next to quarterback Xavier Vaughn in the shotgun. Vaughn takes the snap and straight drops, looking to throw. Vaughn rolling right. A flag's going to come in for holding as Vaughn looks to get the sideline, and he runs out of bounds for a loss of 1 at the 41. But this one's coming back because Zane Adams got hog-tied at the line of scrimmage.
Vaughn's got to throw that football there. You don't run out of bounds for a loss, right? Just throw it down the field.
Yeah, that would have been a loss of 5, actually. Yeah. And because it was declined, it's going to be a second down and 15. Now, I don't know does the closest person to him get the sack credit there? Because Jack Puckett kind of ran him out of bounds. I don't know officially how that's scored. That's a question for Chris Brannick. But it's a loss of 5, and it'll be second and 15.
We're going to unofficially give it to Jack Puckett.
There you go.
Here in the booth.
From the 40-yard line, second down, 15.
Second down, 15 from the 41 for Lincoln. Vaughn sends Allen in motion. Vaughn dropping a throw, setting up a screen right side, and it is wide open at the 50, 45, down to the 40 into Bronco territory. And Connor Johnson makes a big hit, but not before a big gain takes it to the Lincoln 37. That's a gain of 22 on the play and a first down for the Blue Tigers.
Really well-run play for Lincoln, probably the best executed play we've seen out of the Blue Tigers today. And Nathan Valencia had the carry. He did not see Connor Johnson, though, coming from his backside. Took a pretty good hit. Nathan probably feeling pretty good that he held on to that football and secured the gain for the Lincoln Blue Tigers.
First and 10 at the Broncos 37. Vaughn sends Allen in motion. Another offside and free play for Lincoln. A pass to Allen in the flat. There's a flag after the pass as well as Allen gets no gain back to the line of scrimmage. We may have offsetting here because I think Hunter Largent got held, but I think the Broncos were also offside.
I kind of thought we face masked on the tackle, too. I kind of thought we were going to see a third flag fly, which would have been pretty fun, but just think he got him around the shoulder pads.
Offside, number 91, defense. Holding, number 68, offense. Penalty offset, repeat, first down.
So we'll do it all over again from the Bronco 37. 1:26 to go first half. 24-3. UCO leading Lincoln. As the Blue Tigers will bring on a man late. That's Bladen Brown, who's going to come in at wide receiver. And the Broncos will sub in as well as Zion Bell comes onto the field for UCO. First and 10, Lincoln at the Bronco 37. Vaughn out of the gun. Looking left, throwing left. Has a man open. That pass is overthrown and incomplete. Had Damon Bell, who had a step, and he put too much on it, and Vaughn is really hobbled getting up now for Lincoln. He's barely putting any weight on his left leg.
Yeah, he took a pretty good hit. And Vaughn he just hasn't really shown the ability to put the ball on the mark today for Lincoln. He's had a few situations where the receivers have been pretty open, and he's either thrown it well in front of them or out of bounds.
Boy, Vaughn's moving very gingerly between plays here. He's going to stay in for this second and 10 play at the UCO 37. Vaughn takes the snap, throws, left side, pass incomplete. Threw that behind his receiver, intended again for Bell. It'll be 3rd and 10.
How about Washburn Well, it was 28-20 Emporia. Now it's 31-20 Emporia. So but Washburn putting up some points against the Hornets, maybe rebounding a little bit from the shellacking they took last week.
56-14 now. Central Mo over Northeastern, still first half.
Just trading touchdowns here furiously in the last few minutes.
Vaughn hands to Allen on 3rd and long, and Allen runs for a nice gain inside the 30 to the 29. He runs for 8 yards on 3rd and 10. It sets up a 4th and 2. And we've got a timeout called by UCO with 53 seconds to go in the first half. We will keep it right here. Want to remind you that when you're heading home after the game, think of Raising Cane's for fast, hot, fresh chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries, and, of course, the famous cane sauce. It's the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers now offering mobile ordering, takeout, and drive-through. One love, Raising Cane's. And also, UCO football would like to thank Pepsi, the official drink provider for Bronco Athletics. Pepsi, that's what I like. Thank you for their sponsorship of UCO Bronco football. John Fitzgerald in the booth with me, Todd Lisenby, Chloe Young, our in-studio producer. 24-3 the score with 53 seconds to go in the first half. UCO leads Lincoln in what, John, I think it's fair to say it's been a pretty uninspired half of football for the Broncos.
Well, I mean,
there's been moments.
Yeah, I feel like offensively they've played pretty good. I mean, the one drive that they didn't score on, they had a pretty big penalty that put them in a hole. But other than that, offense has pretty well executed. Defensively, I mean, I think anytime you give up drives to, in a game like this, you probably feel like you're not playing like you're capable of. And the Broncos are clearly trying to work some things out on defense, but Lincoln has not quit. They've driven down the field.
They're going to try a field goal here. This is Mo Alwali, who is trying a field goal attempt of 46 yards from the right hash. Clayton Winkler is the holder. They try to go hard count. The Broncos do not jump. Now the snap and hold are good. The kick is blocked. Stevens blocked it, and the Broncos jump on it at the 32-yard line. Kobe Stevens came off the edge and got the block for UCO. It's the second block field goal this year for the UCO, and UCO will take over at the 32 as Zane Adams pounced on it. Ironically enough, the last block field goal for the Broncos was by Zane Adams, who recovered that one. And it's 1st and 10 UCO at the 32.
And a lot of games in this conference, you probably would go conservative here and not try to do anything crazy, but I think the Broncos are going to try to send this one down the field.
4 receivers right, 1 left. Herl in the backfield by himself on 1st down from the 32. Shotgun snap is back, 4-man rush. Herl throws over the middle pass, nearly intercepted. Intended for Delso, and the safety, Bryant Coley, came up and made a really good play on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Broncos very fortunate there.
Well, that's the danger of doing that, right, is that if the secondary is on to you, then they're primed and ready looking for that throw. And like you said, the safety right there was dialed in, came up, nice coverage, and really almost stepped in front of the receiver and picked that thing off.
2nd down 10, Broncos from the 32. Cottrell in motion out of the backfield. Herl pumps right, throws underneath, pass complete at the 35, lots of room, 40, 45, Melton at the 50. That's Delso, across midfield, down inside the Lincoln 40 into the 34-yard line. Jacob Delso just ran a route behind all of his other receivers that time underneath, and the Broncos get a big gainer to the Lincoln 34. Clock stop with 35 seconds to go.
Really a beautifully drawn-up play where all the blockers just set up a wall, kind of a diagonal wall from the Lincoln sideline to the UCO sideline, and allowed for all that yardage to be gained.
Herl on 1st down from the 34. 4-man rush, has all day, throws over the middle and incomplete, into coverage again. Intended for Logan, threw it behind him, but there were a lot of Blue Tigers in that area. It'll be 2nd and 10. Worth noting, Broncos going into the wind right now. 31 seconds to go in the half. Nicky Quevedo did kick a 40-yard field goal earlier into this wind. Probably would have been good from about 45, 47, something like that. Had enough leg on it. 2nd and 10. Blitz comes. Herl has time, floats one right side for Hammond. That pass is caught down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Great over-the-shoulder catch by Oscar Hammond. They'll mark him out at the 10, but it's 1st and goal Broncos, and the clock stops.
What a great catch by Hammond. That's a tough athletic play to make over the shoulder like that, running out of bounds and putting the Broncos in scoring position here after that blocked field goal that the UCO defense came up with. Broncos trying to get 7 out of this deal, but definitely in range for 3 if they need it.
First and goal from the 10. Ridgeway goes in motion on the left side. Herl looks that way, throws for Ridgeway at the 5. Ridgeway dives inside the pylon. Touchdown, Broncos. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Dawson Herl to 4 different receivers, and UCO extends the lead now to 30-3.
Just a good execution of the, we'd call it the 2-minute drill. It was the 48-second drill. It actually took 19 seconds, right? No, 29 seconds. Yeah. Sorry, that's been a long time since I went to math class here at UCO, but 29 seconds for the Broncos on that scoring drive.
Quevedo on for the extra point, his 4th extra point try of the game. That one is up, and that one is good. All 4 of them have been perfect. He's added a field goal as well, and with 18 seconds to go in the first half, it's UCO 31, Lincoln 3. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Jones and, Bell and Ely back deep to receive for Lincoln, as Grayson Miller will kick this one away. 9-yard touchdown pass to Madison Ridgeway, as there's a low kick recovered by Lincoln at the 28-yard line. Allen jumps on it. Broncos touchdown drive. As John mentioned, it was a quick touchdown drive. UCO goes down the field in 29 seconds and scores on the touchdown pass from Dawson Herl to Madison Ridgeway. 4th different receiver to catch a touchdown for the Broncos in this first half. It's 31-3, UCO with the lead. 5 plays, 68 yards, 29 seconds. That's efficient right there. Vaughn hands it off to Allen. Allen, on what should be the last play of the first half, runs from the 28-yard line out to the 31. And that'll be how half number 1 ends. So Lincoln scored the opening field goal on a 9-minute drive, led 3-0, but it's been all Broncos since, and we head to halftime with the score UCO 31, Lincoln 3. When we come back, Chris Brannick will join John Fitzgerald to talk about all the other sports going on here at the University of Central Oklahoma. And the Broncos will get the ball to start the second half as well. Our halftime score, UCO 31, Lincoln University 3. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Not a good game in Tahlequah. 56-14, the Mules lead at halftime. Second half about to get underway. Broncos will receive the second half kickoff as Stevens and Davis deep to receive this one. It's a high, short kick, fair catch called for, and the ball goes out of bounds.
I think he caught it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Broncos ball at the 35.
That was Delso back there who caught that one out of bounds at the 20. So, yeah, UCO will get it at the 35-yard line. I wonder why he even caught it. I thought he should have let it go, but the Broncos either way will get the benefit of the penalty yardage and take over at the 35-yard line. John's second half, where would you like to see the Broncos improve? Especially, let's start on the offensive side of the ball here.
I think they've done well on the offensive side of the ball. The only time they've really been halted was because of a big penalty. So just continued success. We'd like to see them run the ball a little better with Woolfolk.
Woolfolk's to the left of Herl on this first down play. Dawson throws it in the flat right side to Logan at the 35. Hit at the 38. Good open field tackle after a gain of just 3. That was Dominique Fulton who made the tackle for Lincoln. It'll be a second down and 7 for the Broncos.
And I think, running the ball will also help keep this clock moving. And, you want to get out of these games. You want to win. You want to win big, but you want to keep everybody healthy. And would like to see some of the backups get in and get some meaningful time.
From the 38, handoff to Woolfolk, running left. Gets away from a tackle at the 40, up across the 45, has the first down. A 10-yard run, and all 10 of those yards coming after contact for Trayvon Woolfolk. And the Broncos move the chains at the 48-yard line. I want to remind you that if you want to get in touch with us here in the second half, whether you're listening and you're a UCO fan, you're watching and you're a UCO fan, or if you're a Lincoln fan as well, UCOradio@gmail.com will give you a shout-out or whatever player you're supporting for today's game, UCOradio@gmail.com. Got a flag before the snap. Going to have a penalty on the Broncos here pre-snap.
False start, number 78, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's big Noah Dobson with the false start penalty. And it'll be 1st and 15. Broncos now from their own 43. Just underway second half, 31-3, UCO with the lead. Herl in the shotgun, has Carney behind him. It's a play fake. He's going up top for Delso. Delso's got his man beat, and the pass is just a little past his fingertips and incomplete from Herl, and it'll be 2nd and 15.
And that does not keep the clock running, but Herl puts that thing just a little bit out of the reach of Delso. It's a good route by Delso. He had a little bit of separation from the defender, but just unable to run that thing down.
Herl's actually today, I think, John, throwing the deep ball better than he's throwing kind of the intermediate ball, truth be told. 2nd and 15 from the 43. Woolfolk behind Herl in the pistol, gets the handoff running right. Turns it up at the 45, gets past the tackler to the 48. He gained back that 5 yards lost on the false start on first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. And again, Woolfolk was hit at the line of scrimmage there and had to fight for all 5 yards.
He does a good job of that, though. He has all season for UCO. Would like to see him get out of those and break some long runs this year for the Broncos, but he always kind of gets hung up with the traffic in there. Does a good job fighting it, but doesn't get those long runs.
3rd and 10 from the 48. Herl looking to pass, steps up, throws underneath Romero on the crossing route. 1st down, 45-40, tiptoeing the sidelines inside the 35, and finally out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That was a weird pass for Herl back across his body, but he found Romero for the 1st down. That's a gain on the play of 16 yards on a 3rd and 10. First down at the, gain of 21 on the play. That's 1st down at the 36-yard line, or 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Herl hands to Woolfolk, left side, hitting the backfield, nothing doing. Fights forward for a yard to the 30, and that's it. They're going to say he was down at the line of scrimmage, actually, so no gain on 1st down. Broncos really struggling to run the ball between the tackles.
Yeah, and you'd think that they would be able to have a little bit of success there, opening up some holes for Woolfolk. You know, one thing we haven't talked about today, I don't think, is that Kamen Bradford is not on the field for the Broncos today. I think he suffered a knee injury last week, and don't know if we'll see him again the rest of this season.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Low snap. Herl handles it. Looking right, throwing, screen set up, gets it to Dunn, who makes the grab at the 25, and he somersaults forward right near the line to gain. At the 22, he's going to be a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1 Broncos from the 22 on that 9-yard pass play.
While we got a quick second, I want to say happy birthday to my daughter, Haley. She's at another university in state, and she is celebrating her 19th birthday today. So happy birthday, Haley.
Not Northeastern, for the record,
it's
right?
Not an issue.
Herl under center on 3rd down, fakes the fullback dive, pitches it to Cottrell, has room, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Broncos. The Broncos got stacked up on that fullback dive on 4th and goal in the first half. This time they faked it, pitched it to Cottrell, and he runs 22 yards for a UCO touchdown.
Good blocking by Dunn out on the edge, too, which really helped spring that thing. And UCO's offense picks up right where they left off in the first half. They've scored touchdowns on all but one drive today, and have done so pretty easily.
Quevedo on for the extra point. Peyton Hunt will snap it. David Vargas will hold it for the Broncos. This will be Nicky's 5th extra point of the game, and that one's up and good. 38-3 our score. UCO takes the opening drive of the second half right down the field, and with 11:14 to go in the third, it's UCO 38, Lincoln 3. It's UCO Bronco football right here on KOKC. Off the drive, 8 plays, 65 yards for UCO on the drive after the kickoff out of bounds. And now Grayson Miller will kick it away for UCO. It's a high, short kick. It's going to be dropped and then picked up by a second man at the 30-yard line out to the 31. It went right through the hands of the man that tried to catch it. And then that was Elijah Juarez who picked it up and ran it out to the 31-yard line. Nearly a good break for the Broncos there.
And he can do that. Since the fair catch was called, it was muffed. Another player can pick it up and run with it.
I don't know that he called a fair catch, to be honest with you.
He definitely called a fair catch.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, and they're
The Lincoln player called for a fair catch. Ball's dead when it's controlled. First down, Lincoln.
Okay, so the ball is dead. So the fair catch was called for Lincoln by, I think that was Caleb Niebuhr who called for the fair catch, and then it went through his hands. And then when Juarez picked it up, he ran it out to the 31, but he picked it up at the 25, so that's where Lincoln will start. Empty backfield on first down for the quarterback, Vaughn. Now he sends Allen in motion, hands it off to him right side. He's hitting the backfield and dropped. Jack Puckett got him in the backfield for a loss of a couple after good penetration from Marcus Soule on the backside. A loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
I want to say hi to John Lindsay, who emailed us from Georgia. It's grandparent of Reed Lindsay, of course, UCO Bronco defensive lineman. John, we're glad you emailed us. We want to hear from everybody. UCOradio@gmail.com.
2nd and 12. Broncos blitz. It comes unblocked. Vaughn rolls right, throws man wide open at midfield to the 45-40, 35-30, and into Bronco territory. That's a pass complete to Valencia for a big gainer, 55 yards on the gain. He got behind Cam Manahan.
Just not sure how Valencia got back there and was able to hide out for that long to take that pass that far down the field. Broncos just lost track of him.
Correction, that was not Manahan. That was Jamori Ray, who was the defender back there. But he got him behind, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Lincoln at the Bronco 28-yard line. Vaughn has Allen to his right on first down. Vaughn looking to throw. Throwing right side for Allen, and it's incomplete. Zion Bell in coverage, had him out of the backfield step for step. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Also want to say hi to Delana Eskridge Brown, who emailed us here in the booth, sending a shout out to Bladen Brown, which is a Lincoln running back. So Delana, thank you for your email. Thank you for watching along today or listening or however you're receiving the game. We're glad we can bring you the action. We're glad we can bring it to everyone listening today. You can email us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Bladen's listed as a running back. He's played a lot of receiver today. He's not on the field on this 2nd and 10 play, though, from the Bronco 28-yard line. Vaughn takes the shotgun snap, 4-man rush, throws left side, pass complete to Bell inside the 15, down inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at the 10. That's Damon Bell on the grab, and it's a gain on the play of 18 yards and a 1st and goal for Lincoln at the Bronco 10.
Lincoln staying consistent with their first drive of the first half and their first drive of the second half, moving the ball down the field on the Broncos.
1st and goal at the 10. Vaughn with Allen to his left, straight drop, looking, throwing, corner end zone pass, caught, touchdown. Really good catch in the corner of the end zone by DeJuan Lomax. And it's a touchdown for Lincoln on a 10-yard pass from Vaughn to Lomax.
Lomax did a great job. He caught that ball in the air, got 1 foot down as he was going out of bounds, showing the replay here in the stadium. And just a athletic play, getting that foot down right before the boundary. Props to Lomax for that catch.
Remember, in college football, you only have to get 1 foot down, and Lomax got it. So it's 38-9 UCO. And the extra point from Al-Whaley on the way. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and it's inside the right upright and good. And with 9:08 to go third quarter, Lincoln cuts into their deficit. Broncos still lead big, though. 38-10, UCO with the lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Point made it 38-10. MidFirst Bank is the exclusive banking partner of UCO Athletics and home of the UCO debit and credit cards. Visit midfirst.com/Broncos for all details. Member FDIC. And don't forget to take care of all your catering and post-game needs at Eddie's located off 2nd and Coltrane in Edmond. We thank them for their support of UCO Bronco football. You guys were at Eddie's after the 25th anniversary celebration a couple weeks ago, right?
Had a great time. They treated us really well. The food is great there. The atmosphere is good. So, yeah, definitely get by Eddie's and check it out right down the road.
Ball is on the tee. The wind has not yet knocked it off a second time, so it looks like we're going to get this kickoff away. And it is a high, short kick. It's going to be returnable by the Broncos, taken at the 28-yard line out to the 30, and not a lot there on the return. As for UCO on the return that time, that was Landon Thomason, the tight end, who ran it from the 28 out to the 31, and the Broncos will have it there 1st and 10. Hey, credit where it's due, John. Lincoln could have very easily gone into a shell and given up, being down big at halftime, and they come out and strike on their first possession offensively.
Yeah.
On a really good drive.
Really nice touchdown pass.
Herl in the shotgun on 1st down. Straight drop, looking, throwing, pass, caught near midfield. It's Melton to the Lincoln 49-yard line. A nice gain there, 20 yards on the play, and a 1st down for the Broncos. Starting to see Darius Melton be more and more a part of this UCO offense as the year has gone on. At the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 Broncos. Peyton Scott, the running back. It's a play action. Rolling right is Herl. Looking deep. Delso's wide open, and Herl overthrew him with the wind at his back, and Herl immediately puts his hands up to his head. Can't believe he did that. Delso had a walk-in touchdown, and it's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little too much excitement out of Herl there, throwing that thing down the field. And, of course, the wind at his back didn't help the cause, and just puts it way too far in front of Delso.
2nd and 10 from the 49. Herl with 3 receivers right. Looks that way. Throws quickly to Logan at the 45 in Lincoln territory. Turns up to the 40. 1st down to the Blue Tiger 38-yard line. They'll mark him at the 37. That's a 12-yard gain and a 1st down.
Central Missouri now 63-14 over Northeastern State. Next week's opponent for the Broncos. Still 11 minutes left in the 3rd quarter of that game. Central Missouri scoring at will.
Central Mo had 500 yards offense at halftime, John. 1st down Broncos, handoff Peyton Scott, right side, 35-30. Still on his feet, the little bowling ball pushing the pile down inside the 30. They'll mark him finally down at about the 28-yard line. That's near another 1st down. 9 yards for the Sand Springs native, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
They kind of stopped forward progress a little early on that one, Todd. I mean, Peyton was still moving forward, and they spotted at the 28, but he got down to the 26 before it was all said and done.
2nd and 1 from the 28. Herl claps his hands, fakes a handoff this time, throwing over the middle in the end zone. That pass is incomplete. Logan and Melton both in the area. Neither one could get to it, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, just again overthrown by Herl right there.
You mentioned Central Mo up 63-14 now on Northeastern. That's our opponent next week, the Riverhawks. We head up to Tahlequah. What do we call that?
I'd say up to, right?
Yeah, I think it's technically up to. The Broncos are going to have to use a timeout. They got a sub on late, and there is a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 7:09 to go 3rd quarter, 38-10, UCO with the lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Welcome back, Chad Richardson Stadium. 3rd down and 1 at the 28-yard line for UCO in Lincoln territory. Out of the timeout, Herl, I formation, hands to Woolfolk. Patient right side, gets the 1st down, runs inside the 25, still on his feet, and all the way down to the 21-yard line. Trayvon Woolfolk with a 7-yard run on 3rd and 1 moves the chains.
Every time you call a Woolfolk run, you're tempted to call him down, but he just rarely is on that first touch. He just does such a good job of getting yards after being touched and fighting through. It's always a lot of fight for just a couple extra yards, but that's important in a lot of situations.
Now Herl drops, throws, man wide open right side. It's Jalen Cottrell for the touchdown. Came out of the backfield, nobody accounted for him. And number 20 catches a 21-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are back on the board again. It's 44-10 UCO with Cottrell's second touchdown of the second half. One on the ground, now one through the air.
It's a nice job again by that UCO offense, just going out there and executing, doing what they need to do to put points on the board. And it'll be interesting to see on the next offensive possession if we see Herl back out on the field or if we see a younger UCO quarterback getting some snaps.
Extra point is up and good, and with 6:42 to go in the third quarter, it's 45-10, the Broncos with the lead on Dawson Herl's fifth touchdown pass of the game. This one to his fifth different receiver, Jalen Cottrell. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Athletics, John, I know we mentioned next week up at Tahlequah against Northeastern. The following week on the road at Fort Hays State. Only one more chance after today to watch the Broncos this season at beautiful Chad Richardson Stadium. That comes up on November the 4th. So don't forget to go to broncosports.com to get your tickets for that one on November the 4th against Washburn. And you mentioned it. I think we may, here pretty soon, get our first look at Carson Trimble, the freshman quarterback out of Grove, Oklahoma for UCO. In fact, I see now Trimble's starting to trot over to get warmed up. So I think next possession we might see some of the backups in for the Broncos, especially at quarterback. Not a big surprise. Scores from around the MIAA right now. Game's underway. Pitt State has now extended their lead against Missouri Southern 28-7 in the fourth. Central Mo leads Northeastern 63-14. Emporia beat Washburn today 38-23, and Northwest Missouri State beat Missouri Western 27-23. One other score, that's Fort Hays 31-17 over Kearney. High short kick, fair catch called for and made. And they're going to put him at the 14-yard line here? Was it a different guy that made the catch?
No, they're moving out to 25. I was a little more confused that he fair caught it and then ran with it. Well, now they are backing it up to the – I don't know, Todd. They're putting it on the 14.
Thought maybe our referee would explain it to us, but it's at the 14-yard line for Lincoln. I think what happened was one guy called for a fair catch and the other guy caught it.
Got it.
So when you do that, it doesn't go out to the 25. It's a 1st and 10 for Lincoln at the 14. Vaughn at quarterback, Allen to his right. As Vaughn looks right, throws in the flat, pass complete. Out across the 15, there's a flag that comes in for a hold as this ball is taken out to the 18-yard line on the pass completion to Bladen Brown.
Yeah, the receiver out on the edge for Lincoln that was blocking just grabbed a UCO player by the jersey and threw him to the turf. It was right in front of the official there, so this is going to back up.
Number 6, offense. Take our penalty, comes from the foul. Repeat, first down.
So the foul happened at the 18-yard line, so it'll be half the distance. Thank you. Half the distance, so it'll move it back to the 9, where Lincoln will have a 1st and 15 now. Dawson Herl, if he is done for UCO, finished with a really good line on the game as Dawson Herl on the afternoon, 19 of 28 for 358, 5 touchdowns for the Bronco signal caller. 1st and 15 from the 9 now. There's a throw into the flat right side, pass complete, screen set up, out across the 15 to the 18-yard line. Pass was caught by Valencia, who had the big catch on the last drive. That's a gain on the play of 9 yards. And from 1st and 15, it's now 2nd and 6. Go ahead.
Want to say out of Freddie Sokolov, who emailed us from the Blue Tiger Athletics Club and had a lot of nice things to say about the call of the game today. So, Freddie, we appreciate your email, and we are going to miss coming up to Lincoln and certainly wish you guys luck down the road.
Vaughn on second down, looking to throw over the middle, pass just a little too far in front of Brown on the crossing route. It's going to set up a third down for Lincoln from their own 18-yard line. It'll be a third down and 6 for the Blue Tigers.
And Freddie emailed us here at ucoradio@gmail.com. You can email us too, even if you don't have nice things to say, and we'll give you a shout.
I know you're a track guy, John. Track and field at Lincoln is really big.
Yep.
They've got incredible track and field at Lincoln.
Good program up there.
If you go into their basketball gym, you see all the track and field wall of fame up there. Third down, quarterback draw by Vaughn right up the middle. Nice run, has the first down and more past the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. 11-yard gain on a 3rd and 6 moves the chains for Lincoln. And Vaughn is still limping, John. He's really not putting much weight on his left foot.
Yeah, he's hobbling pretty bad, actually.
He may have to come out of the game.
Yeah, he is coming out of the game.
We'll see if Lincoln uses a timeout here, as Vaughn's going to have to come out. Nope, it's going to be a backup quarterback in. This is Damon Bell, the wide receiver, who's in at quarterback now for Lincoln from the 29, and we've got a flag at the snap as Bell hands off to Allen. Probably a formation flag here on Lincoln. Allen runs for 2 yards.
Omar Allen on the carry for the Blue Tigers. The tackle made by the Broncos from the 17.
Offside, number 94, lined up in the defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Take that back. It's a penalty against the Broncos. And there's a timeout taken by UCO, and we'll take it with them. 4:45 to go, third quarter. UCO 45, Lincoln 10. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. First down for Lincoln from the 34-yard line. As Vaughn on first down takes the snap and hands to Allen right up the middle. Allen runs across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Gains 3 on the play. It'll be a second down and 2 after that penalty for Lincoln at the 38-yard line. Four-man front for the Broncos on this 2nd and 2. It's a fake handoff this time, and Vaughn's running it back in the game right side. He gets around right in and has the first down.
He wasn't limping too much on that run, was he? Looked pretty good, but when he got on the sideline, he kind of was hobbling a little bit, so that's one of those where you just kind of got to suck it up during the play, and then you can rest afterwards. So Vaughn trying to tough it out back there as the leader of this Blue Tigers offense, but definitely in a little bit of pain today.
4-yard run for a first down. Moves the chains for the Blue Tigers. The ball's at the 41, 1st and 10. In the shotgun is Vaughn with 3 receivers left, 2 right. Vaughn takes the snap. Blitz comes. Pressured, hit, throws it into the ground. That's going to be an intentional grounding. Broncos are returning the ball towards the end zone. There's no flag yet. The referee's talking it over. And now a flag is going to come out for intentional grounding back at the 28-yard line. It's going to be 13 yards and a loss of down on the penalty.
Intentional grounding, number 2, offense. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 2nd down.
So they're actually going to move it back to the 23. So that's an 18-yard loss, basically. Now he changed it. Spot foul, which is correct. Spot foul, 2nd down. So it's a 13-yard loss. And it'll be 2nd down and 23 from the 28. Good job by the Broncos getting to Vaughn there, who's a hard one to wrap up in the backfield.
There's a decent amount of holding going on that play, too. But Lincoln just fighting to protect their quarterback as best they can.
3:24 to go, third quarter. Vaughn in the shotgun. 4-man rush, straight drop. Looks left, throws deep. That ball is incomplete. Bell, his receiver, kind of quit running on the route. Probably should have kept going because I don't think the defensive back in coverage, J.K. Moore, knew a whole lot about that one.
I think he just misjudged where that ball was going. He kind of stuttered and then realized it was going further than he thought and took off. It was too late.
So it's 3rd down and 23 now for Lincoln back at their own 28-yard line. Shotgun formation for Xavier Vaughn as he takes the snap and throws right side. Pass complete right at the line of scrimmage, and making a good play out on the edge that time is Connor Johnson ushering the receiver. That was Valencia who made the grab out of bounds after a gain of just a couple. And so it's 4th down, and the Broncos will get it back as it'll be punted away into the wind here by Lincoln.
Emily Harris has emailed us here in the booth, says shout out to DeJuan Lomax. That is number 31 for the Lincoln Blue Tigers. DeJuan is a running back.
Had that good touchdown catch earlier.
Out of Missouri. And so, Emily, we're glad you emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Punt's nearly blocked. It's a high, short kick. Takes a big Lincoln bounce inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Broncos were about 45 yards back, kicking that one into the wind. We're kind of letting it bounce in front of them there. UCO will have it at the 27-yard line. And the Broncos offense will come onto the field with a new quarterback. It's Carson Trimble will take over at quarterback. The 5'10", 175-pound freshman from Grove, Oklahoma. You know what Grove is, don't you?
It's up by Miami.
You know what their nickname is?
Ridge Runners.
The Ridge Runners, one of the good ones. As Trimble on 1st down, play action, looking to throw. He'll tuck it and run to the 30, lowers his head, took a big hit. Welcome to college football. He gets out to the 34-yard line and pops right back up after a run of about 7.
Yeah, I think he kind of didn't know that Zamar Brake was on his back shoulder. Is that Zamar Brake? He's listed as a quarterback on the roster, but that was definitely number 10. So if I got the name wrong, my apologies.
2nd down and 3 from the 34. This time it's a handoff to Scott. Scott going to his left, gets the edge across the 40, out to the 45-yard line, outruns the defenders for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And this is a whole new offensive line for the Broncos as well that these guys are running behind. Todd was just noticing the numbers that are out there. We got Solomon Usuri out there at right tackle. Reese Trammell at right guard. We'll get to the others.
1st and 10 from the 45. Trimble pumps, looking to throw. Throws it in the flat, and that pass is caught and immediately tackled for a loss on the play is Peyton Hunt after a gain of just 3.
Walker.
You got Gabe Grazier out there as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, Gabe's playing left guard. Walker Peck is the center. And the left tackle
Matt
looks
Gardner,
like is Matt Garner. Yep. So whole fresh set of Broncos out there on the offensive line.
New receivers as well out there for UCO. It's a 2nd down and 13 from their own 42 under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Broncos up 45-10. Trimble dropping to throw. Rolling to his left, throws it to Hunt in the flats, and Hunt gets about 3 yards back to the original line of scrimmage on 1st down. So he made a catch for a 3-yard loss on 1st down, a catch for a 3-yard gain on 2nd down. My man's got 2 catches for 0 yards on the afternoon.
That's tough. You were talking about Grove earlier. I've got a friend and a former Oil Bowl teammate that played at OU from Grove. His name is Brian Ailey. He's the one, if you remember years ago, that Howard Schnellenberger wouldn't allow to have water during two-a-days.
Right, yeah.
And he had some brain damage from that situation. It was a pretty serious situation for Brian.
It is the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it right here in between quarter. Actually, we got a timeout. Sorry, I thought it was the end of the quarter, but there was a timeout called before the end of the 3rd quarter. The Broncos use their last one so they can maybe draw up a passing play here on 3rd and 10 with the wind at their back. It is worth noting, I said you said Ridge Runners, which is correct for Grove. It's up there by Miami. They've got a great nickname too.
The War Dogs.
The War Dogs. Do you know what a Ridge Runner is?
I have no idea.
So their mascot is a bird, but a Ridge Runner is someone who used to bootleg back in the day.
Okay.
And you would drive the the bootlegged liquor up on the ridges to stay away from the view of the police.
So now they're just pretending it's like a road runner.
Right,
like
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like it.
That's what a ridge runner is. 3rd and 10, Broncos out of the timeout from the 45. Trimble drops to pass, throws right side, launches one way downfield into coverage and incomplete. Intended for Danny Armstead, and the Broncos will punt it away on. It'll probably be the next to last play of the 3rd quarter.
Punter hadn't gotten a lot of action today for the Broncos.
Well, Grayson Miller does do kickoff, so he has gotten a lot of action.
Yeah,
but you're right, he hasn't gotten any punts in
yet. Not as a
yet.
punter. Hope he's got those hamstrings stretched out.
Well, this is one of those ones, wind at your back from your own 45 that you want to pin down inside the 10-yard line if you can. Miller's punt is a low end-over-end kick that hits at the 20, bounces down, and goes inside the 10, and this ball's going to be down at the 1-yard line. That ball rolled sideways. It didn't go end over end. It rolled sideways all the way down to the 1. That's a 54-yard punt with no return, and Lincoln will start at its own 1-yard line. Great execution there on the punt by Grayson Miller.
I really thought that thing was going to roll out about the 10-yard line, and it just kind of took a turn back towards the middle of the field.
It got turned lengthways, and I think the wind just kind of blew it down the sideline, you know?
Couldn't have drawn it up better for the Broncos.
So Lincoln will start at their own 1-yard line here with 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Broncos leading this one 45-10. And in the shotgun formation is Vaughn in his own end zone. And there's a run right up the middle for about a gain of 1 to the 2-yard line. That's Allen on the carry. Excuse me, that's Valencia on the carry.
Yeah, Valencia came in motion from his receiver spot and just got under center and took the snap for basically what was a quarterback sneak out of, I guess a wildcat. But
thought he was in motion. I looked down for 1 second. There's a big pile.
Yep.
That's how the 3rd quarter ends. One more quarter to go. Broncos up by 5 touchdowns. 45-10 our score after 3. UCO leads. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. 4th quarter about to get underway here from Chad Richardson Stadium. Todd Lisenby along with John Fitzgerald. Chloe Young, our in-studio producer. Broncos outgaining Lincoln. Literally double. 478 to 239 after 3 quarters.
Did you do that math in your head
real
quickly?
I did. That's the one thing I'm good at is math. Out of his own end zone on 2nd and 9 from the 2-yard line, there's a long pass downfield, and the ball goes through the receiver's hands and incomplete. Intended for a Darius Ely, and that was a really good throw by Vaughn. Caught Ely in stride at about the 45, but he dropped it, and the Broncos get out of there with the incompletion. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Vaughn couldn't have thrown that thing any better. It was perfect. UCO was in pretty good coverage there, so I don't think it would have been a 99-yard touchdown, but if a defender had fallen down or something, that could have been really dangerous.
Well, it would have been 98 anyway, but still, that's got to be near a record, right?
So I'm right. It wouldn't have been 99.
You're exactly right. 3rd down and 9 from the 2. Vaughn, pressure, throws, hit as he throws in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Good pressure that time up front. That was Wesley Hudson. And it's 4th down, and Lincoln will punt it out of the back of their end zone with the wind at their back here.
Yeah, we did see a few new faces out there for the Bronco defense on that drive. Not a wholesale new group, but a few younger guys getting in and getting some time now.
Logan standing at the Lincoln 48-yard line. To receive this punt, Broncos try to block it, don't get there. It's a low end-over-end kick that bounces out of bounds at the 39.
The thing never went out. It just died.
It didn't go out?
It just
I
died
thought it
right
bounced
there.
out and came back in.
I think it hit the hash and came back in.
Okay, so it hit at the 39. I thought it went out of bounds, but it did bounce up to the 41. It's a punt of 39 yards, no return. Broncos have it 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 41 with 14:44 to play in the game.
Kind of thought UCO might pick it up, try to run with it there. There was a split second where the return man had that opportunity, but did not do it.
Carson Trimble in the shotgun on first down. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Peyton Scott, drops to throw, fires one deep over the middle. That pass is incomplete. He had a receiver running open. It was Kevion Williams who couldn't quite get there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Good looking throw by Trimble, just a little bit off, a little to the right where the receiver was, so unable to connect. Want to say hey to Claude Bird, who emailed us, says shout out to Damon Bell, which is a Lincoln player, and also says happy birthday to his mother, Corette Simmons. So the most important thing out of that email is happy birthday, Corette, or Carriette, if I'm not pronouncing that right. I apologize.
On 2nd down, Trimble setting up a screen for Scott. The pass is a little too wide and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Todd was going to sing happy birthday, but then they ran a play, so that moment has passed. But we're glad you emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, we always enjoy hearing from the fans of not just UCO players, but other players, especially when, it's a road trip for a school like Lincoln. A lot of them can't make the trip and are watching on the MIAA network. We appreciate them chiming in. You can as well, ucoradio@gmail.com. 3rd and 10 Broncos from the Lincoln 41. Trimble out of the gun is going to run with it to the 40, 35, 30, first down and more. All the way down to the 26-yard line, 15 yards on the quarterback keep. He faked the pitch, went right up the gut for a first down.
Boy, and one guy, from the one Lincoln defender right in the middle, came through unblocked and really just missed Trimble, which was good for the Broncos, and then Trimble used those feet to get the yardage.
1st and 10 from the 26. Scott to the left of Trimble, who's in the shotgun on first down. Trimble looks, throws left side, pass caught at the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Making the grab that time was Malachi Gatewood. I believe that's his first catch of the season. Gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Also want to say hi to Constance Lomax, who emailed us, said they want to wish a happy birthday to their nephew, DeJuan Lomax.
Well, he got a birthday present. He caught a touchdown earlier.
Yep. And that's from Constance. That's from Uncle Drew and Kingston. So thanks for emailing us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
2nd down and 1. Handoff Scott. Stretch play right side. Gets the first down. Spins off a tackle inside the 15 and gets to the 13. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. It moves the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 Broncos.
It's always fun to see the backups get in there and get a chance to, to play. This is, this is serious business for those guys. They're getting some time where they haven't maybe gotten time in some of the other contests, and now they're out there trying to show that they can put points on the board, put the ball in the end zone.
Big Randy Nix from Newcastle in at fullback in an I formation as Trimble rolls right, throws it in the flat. That pass is complete inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Catches Casey Klein. The junior tight end from Brawley, California, makes his first catch of the year, and it's a 2nd down and about 4 after that 6-yard play. 12:35 to go in the game, 45-10. Broncos with the lead from the 8-yard line. Carson Trimble in the gun with Scott behind him. Pistol formation, tight end each side. Handoff Scott, right side at the 5, cuts it up. Gets near the end zone, and he fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Peyton Scott with an 8-yard touchdown run. And the senior from Sand Springs extends the Bronco lead, and it's a 50-burger, 51-10, UCO leads.
Nice to see Peyton Scott get some points today for the Broncos. He works hard out in the backfield for UCO. It's been a pleasure to watch Peyton play for the Broncos. He's a tough kid. Nice to see him put that thing in the end zone.
Nicky Quevedo on for the extra point. Snap and hold are good. The kick is away, and it is perfect. 12:15 to go. Broncos add another touchdown. 52-10 UCO with the lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Side, Chloe Young, our in-studio producer. Peyton Scott, 8-yard touchdown run for UCO, extends the lead 52-10. 7-play, 41-yard drive that Scott finishes with the touchdown. It's the 7th touchdown for the Broncos today. 6 different players to find the end zone for UCO. And the Broncos extend their lead, and now we'll kick it back to Lincoln with 12:15 to play in this ballgame. Broncos on the road next week at Northeastern, trying to get back to 500. Taking on the Riverhawks, battling for the President's Cup. As Miller's set to boot this one away. It's a high, short kick. It's going to be taken at the 29-yard line and returned. And Valencia, I guess he called for a fair catch.
Or someone did. I mean, this is Lincoln really having some trouble executing the kickoff return today. But they blew it dead as soon as he caught the ball, so somebody signaled for a fair catch.
So it'll be 29-yard line where he fair caught it, 1st and 10 for.
But it's a penalty to run with the football after you've called for a fair catch. We haven't seen that.
It is on a punt. I don't know if maybe the rule's different on a kick. I don't know.
Well, they don't want people making unnecessary tackles after so they don't want to encourage that behavior, right? And if it wasn't a penalty, you'd run with it every time and hope that the official missed the call,
right?
Potentially, right?
1st and 10 Lincoln from their own 29. Xavier Vaughn still at quarterback for the Blue Tigers. Vaughn throws it in the flat left side, pass complete, but an immediate tackle as Ely makes the catch, and he's tackled for a loss. It was Grant Lohr who got in there to make the play. It's a loss of 3, and it'll be 2nd and 13. Look around the MIAA at some of the other scores here momentarily. After this 2nd and 13 play from the 26-yard line, Broncos lead this one 52-10. Outgaining Lincoln 519 to 236 so far in this game. Vaughn sends a man in motion, takes the snap, hands off right up the middle. And a run of a couple, 3 yards to be exact, by LaMarco Yates. And he was tackled on the play by Marcus Soul, and it'll be a 3rd down and 10. Pitt State leads Missouri Southern 31-14, 4th quarter, 3:27 to go. So it looks like Pitt State, number 3 in the country, is going to improve to 7-0. Central Mo up 63-21 over Northeastern. Emporia State defeated Washburn 38-23. Northwest Missouri State got a big win at Missouri Western 27-23, and Fort Hays wins at home against Nebraska Kearney 31-17. 3rd and 10 for Vaughn as he rolls to his right. Hold's going to come in as Vaughn's going to run with it, and Vaughn's going to get tripped up, and he's going to get tripped up short of the 1st down. Carries it out to the 36, so the Broncos can decline this, and it'll be 4th and 3. It was a hold in the backfield as Calvin Hutchings got tackled.
10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Broncos are going to take the penalty instead of a 4th and 3. Make it a 3rd down and 20 back at the 20-yard line, or the 19-yard line. So 3rd down and 20 at the 19-yard line for Lincoln. Need to get it all the way out to the 39. Xavier Vaughn will be in the gun on this 3rd down play. Broncos rush 4. It's a draw play right up the middle and not a lot doing. Just a yard to the 20. As making the play for UCO that time was Reese Roller, the freshman from Claremore, came up to make the stop. What's Claremore?
Zebras.
The Zebras. The red and white Zebras, which I've always thought is weird. It's a gain of 1. It'll be 4th and 19.
Yeah, they used to rock, I don't know if they still do, but they used to rock the Cincinnati Bengals style helmet where it was white with red stripes on it. It was kind of cool, kind of unique, kind of like Lincoln's formation right here.
Lincoln set to punt it away here.
They were in that vertical line from the center to the punter, and then they, of course, spread out.
Low snap. Winkler just gets the punt away. It's his best one all day. It's returnable. Taken at the 42 up the midfield by Logan into Lincoln territory, and he takes a big hit at the Blue Tiger 42-yard line. Nice return, though, 16 yards on the return of a 38-yard punt, and there's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 9:19 to go. Broncos 52. Blue Tigers 10. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. With 9:19 to go. University of Central Oklahoma would like to thank Overland Charters, the official transportation provider for Bronco Athletics. I would also like to thank SSM Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony and the Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute for serving as our exclusive healthcare provider for UCO Athletics. Out of the timeout, Carson Trimble at quarterback on first down. It's a handoff. Running left inside the 40, inside the 35, and down to the 33-yard line. That is William Mason on the carry, his first carry of the game, and he runs for 9. Mason made that big tackle on the first play of the game in special teams. And he runs for 9 there. It'll be 2nd and 1. Mason in the pistol behind Trimble on this second down play. Trimble this time, play action, looking to throw. Has time, pumps, now throws, pass, dropped. Dropped near the 20-yard line. That was Kevion Williams who couldn't hold on to it. It'll be a 3rd and 1.
Omar Allen Sr. has emailed us here in the booth. Would you care to guess who he would like to
I'm going to guess
out?
he's related to Omar Allen.
You got it.
For Lincoln.
Omar Allen Jr. says, "Go Blue Tigers." Omar, we're glad you emailed us here in the booth. And also we got a shout out to Xavier Vaughn from Kerichi. It's not signed. The email is not signed. So apologies for that, but we're glad you guys emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Trimble hands off to Mason. Big hole right side inside the 25, 20, all the way down to the 17-yard line. Nice run that time by William Mason. Gained 16 yards, and it's a first down for UCO.
Really nice run there by the Broncos. It means a lot to these guys that are out on the field. This O-line trying to get their moment in real game action, making some blocks, trying to put some points on the board.
1st and 10. It's a handoff to Scott, running left this time at the 15. Follows blockers inside the 10 and has a first down run all the way to the 5-yard line, 4-yard line.
Yeah, Scott didn't think he went down.
I didn't think he did go down.
Yeah, he kind of rolled over a tackle, I think, and kept going, but the officials saw it differently.
William Mason going to come in at running back. We'll see if he can get a touchdown here. 6 different Broncos have scored. Peyton Scott scored on the last drive. Mason will be in the pistol formation. Behind Trimble, there is a fullback, Randy Nix, to the right of Trimble as well. And the Broncos are not happy about the play clock, I don't think. Trimble's got to hurry. Takes the snap, hands to Mason right up the middle. Bounces outside left, nobody home. And Mason waltzes into the end zone for another Bronco touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run for William Mason. And the Broncos add to the lead. It's 58-10 UCO with the extra point on the way.
It's a good drive by this backup group of Broncos out here, led by Carson Trimble, and of course the touchdown punched in by William Mason, who had a nice long run on the drive, hard-fought run that got the Broncos a lot of yardage as well. So nice to see him be able to put his name in the box score with a touchdown.
Extra point from Nicky Quevedo is on the way, and it's good. And with 7:18 to go in the ball game, the Broncos lead 59-10. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. Play 42-yard drive that William Mason finishes off with a 4-yard run. Short kick, returnable, taken by Ely at the 20, going to his left. Across the 25 and at the 26-yard line, a good open field tackle. That's Cam Manahan who comes in to make the play for the Broncos on special teams. And Lincoln will have it at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Blue Tigers. Lincoln, as we mentioned, John, earlier, is headed to the GLVC conference next year. They're technically not in the MIAA this year. It's a transition year for them. So this is a non-conference game today, and it'll probably be the last time these two teams play, at least in football, for quite some time.
That makes this technically the first non-conference football game the Broncos have played since the bowl game against Angelo State,
yeah,
right?
That's true. First regular season one since when? The independent year?
Well, that wouldn't have been – well, yeah, they were all non-conference.
Yeah, right. There's a handoff to Allen on first down, and he fights for a yard out to the 27.
Which was 2011, so that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 12 years of nothing but MIAA games except for a handful of bowl games for the Broncos.
So 2nd down and 9. Clock rolling under 7 minutes to play. 6:40 and ticking.
Liana and Rhea send a shout out to Adarius Early. They say go
Ely.
Blue. Ely.
Yeah.
Adarius Ely, not Early. Sorry, Ely. They did that through our email box, ucoradio@gmail.com. You got about 6.5 minutes left to get of game time anyway, to get your emails in. We'll be happy to give you a shout.
Lincoln uses a timeout with 6:32 to go, down by 49, so we'll keep it right here. Remember, fans, if you need to feed your game face before or after the game, you can stop by Raising Cane's and get a tailgate for your crew, whether you're in the stands or watching the live stream. Fresh, never frozen chicken fingers and amazing cane sauce will hit the spot. You can mobile order today. Raising Cane's, official sponsor of UCO Bronco Athletics. And also the University of Central Oklahoma would like to thank its corporate sponsor, Nike, and BSN Sports, the official apparel provider for Bronco Athletics. Looks like it's gotten a little tamer in Tahlequah. Central Missouri's called off the mules. The mules have called off the dogs. The Central Missouri's called, whatever you want to say. They've eased up on Northeastern second half. That game's 63-21 now. As Vaughn throws left side to the aforementioned Adarius Ely, and he makes a grab out to the 35-yard line, a yard short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I wonder if the Central Missouri crew does say that they've called off the mules. I wonder if they articulate it that way. If not, we might need to text those guys, give them an idea.
I've never been attacked by mules, and I don't know what calling off the mules looks like.
They just stop carrying your baggage for you.
Yeah, probably so.
They just sleep.
The mules they're a force this year. They can put up points quick, as we saw, unfortunately, up at Warrensburg earlier this season. 3rd and 1 from the 35. Vaughn rolling right, still looking, floats it, incomplete. Tried to drop that one off to Jamari Watson, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 4th and 1. Lincoln might just go for it here. Nope, they're going to punt it away.
Lamb Gordon's parents and sister have emailed us. No, it's not signed, so don't have your names, but they emailed us here to shout out Lamb Gordon, defensive lineman for the Broncos. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Lamb's first year with the Broncos this year, the junior from Montgomery, Alabama. Broncos had to run a man off late, had too many on the field. It's a fake punt here from Lincoln, and it's not going to work. Maybe on second, it's Bladen Brown who gets away from a tackle, and he's got a 1st down and more. Brown was wrangled at the line of scrimmage. He fought out of the pile for a big gain all the way to the Bronco 41-yard line. It's a 26-yard gain on the play.
That forward progress is a judgment call by the officials. He was in that pile for an awfully long time before they let him pop out. But you know what? Credit to Lincoln. What do they have to lose? Went out and executed the play, got a nice run, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41. Vaughn hands to Allen right up the middle. Allen runs into a wall and pushes that wall forward for about 3 yards, maybe 4, down to the Bronco 37. Mark him at the 38, so that's a gain of 3. Be 2nd and 7. Under 5 minutes to play, clock ticking in this one. Broncos up big, 59-10. Vaughn on 2nd down and 7, working out of the gun as he has all day with Allen to his left this time. Vaughn, play action, drops, pressured, hit, sacked, ball comes loose. Lincoln jumps on it at the 48-yard line. I don't know, usually if 2 people meet at the quarterback, they get a half a sack. I don't know if 3 guys will get a 1/3 of a sack on that one, but 3 Broncos had a meeting at the quarterback.
Yeah, I thought Calvin Hutchings was the first one to get there from his left defensive end spot. And honestly, I thought that Ruben Saravia, the right tackle, false started in anticipation trying to block him and still couldn't get it done. Hutchings got around him and hit Vaughn. Vaughn never saw him coming. And I kind of thought he was going to drop that football when he got hit, and he did. Fortunately for Lincoln, 2 offensive linemen were there to fall on that football and keep possession.
Third down, from the 47. Vaughn throws, pass complete to Bell, and he gains back the yardage lost on the quarterback sack, almost gains it back.
Vaughn still limping a little bit there. Hutchings got to him again, but just after he threw the football. Hutchings is quick off the defensive line here on the left side.
They will mark it at the 41, so that's a 6-yard gain. Gaining back the 6 yards lost on the previous play. It's 4th and 10 for Lincoln at the UCO 41. Blue Tigers going to go for it here, down big in the fourth quarter.
Jesse Brown is a defensive lineman for Lincoln. His mom sent in a shout-out email, unsigned, so don't have your name or where you're listening from, but Jesse is from Belleville, Michigan. So
now Lincoln's going to take a timeout with 2:56 to go to talk over this big 4th and 10 play. We'll take it with them. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was a timeout. It's a delay of game. They're going to punt it.
Yeah, it looked like they were all leaving the field, but they were making a personnel switch, I guess. It looked like they were all heading to the sideline for a timeout. You know, that was the optic here. But they were just making personnel switches so they could punt the football.
And I didn't see the flag either. So now Lincoln will punt it away. And before the snap, we've got a stoppage.
Why was there a stoppage? Something about a process. Didn't get the rest of that. Not really sure why they stopped that play, but
I think because UCO was still in the process of running players on the field, they shouldn't have started yet. Whatever. Winkler's going to punt it away now. It's a good kick that hits at the 15 and goes out of bounds inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line.
Most of his punts today have gone to that sideline and out of bounds, right? Like almost all of them going this direction.
So the Broncos will have it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line with 2:45 to go. Just looking to run the clock out here and get out of here with a victory.
Well, you'd think so. You want to get, these backups reps. You want to get them live action. You want your quarterback throwing the ball. And Broncos have another new quarterback in the game. That's Connor Kirby, freshman out of Tulsa.
Oh, and Kirby tries to pass one left side that is batted away. Dangerous there inside the 5-yard line. So the clock stops with 2:39 to play.
But, like I said, the coaches aren't as worried about running the clock as they are, I think, about letting these guys get reps, right? And they've got another quarterback in there. They want to let him get some reps, so they gave him a chance to throw the ball there on first down. Didn't work out for the Broncos.
Kirby has Mason to his right. The ball's fumbled. Kirby jumps on it back inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Broncos got an injured player as well.
We got a little scrap going on, too. There's 2 flags down in the secondary, but there was
Solomon Usry is the man down for the Broncos, and there's, like you said, a little push and shove after the play.
3 flags down there, so we're going to have some shenanigans after the play. We'll see who the guilty party or parties are, and let them sort this out.
Here's our referee with the judgment.
There are fouls on both teams. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 4, Lincoln. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11, University of Central Oklahoma. Their first towards disqualification. Those fouls cancel. It'll be 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long. Teams are on the sidelines like there's a timeout. There's not.
I mean, they should roll the clock here. As soon as they start the play clock, the game clock should start because it was a fumble by the Broncos, and there's the signal to roll the clock.
Big Reese Trammell in at offensive lines. First time we've seen him today for UCO. 3rd and long. There's a pass over the middle. That one is nearly intercepted, and a big hit on Gatewood out at about the 20. It's incomplete, and the Broncos will punt it back with 2:08 to play.
Broncos could have probably ended the game by just handing it off a few times, but Coach Doral and his staff obviously wanted to get Kirby some opportunities to throw the football. 0 for 2 on those opportunities was Kirby. Now the Broncos will punt this thing back to Lincoln.
Allen is back to receive the punt, standing at the 50. It's a low line drive kick towards the Lincoln sideline. Hits at about the 44 and bounces up to the 46. So that's a punt of 38 yards against the wind with no return. Exactly 2 minutes to play. And Lincoln's going to get another possession here. From the 46-yard line. Just another reminder, 6 o'clock is our game time next week. We'll be on the air a little before that on KOKC as the Broncos travel up to Tahlequah, take on Northeastern State. And then we'll be in Hays, Kansas the following week. As Vaughn drops to pass on first down, throws over the middle. That pass through the hands of the defender and caught down inside the 15 at about the 10-yard line. That's Bell on the catch. Big gainer on the play, gained 36 yards, and it's first and goal Lincoln.
It should have stopped the clock, but yeah. First down and under 2 minutes to go, so that does stop the clock. As the correct call by the official.
We want to call out our clock operator today?
No, he's done a great job.
I'm just kidding. He's a good buddy of ours. There's a handoff from first and goal at the 10, spinning to the 5-yard line. On the carry that time was LaMarco Yates. He gains 5. It'll be second down and goal for Lincoln with 1:24 to go. Vaughn, straight drop, looks left, throws, corner end zone, pass is caught. Great grab in the corner of the end zone by Jamari Watson for a touchdown. So most points Lincoln scored in the game this year. They're at 16 now with the extra point pending. With 1:12 to go. Alwaley on for the extra point. Winkler, the punter, is the holder. The snap and hold are good, and the kick is away. 1:12 to go, 59-17, Broncos lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football on KOKC. 59-17 our score, late touchdown for Lincoln. And the Broncos will receive this kickoff. We'll see. I thought they were going to run the clock out last time. We may have an onside here. We'll see. It is a deep kick. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. UCO will have it at the 25. They may put a knee to it. They may throw it 3 times. Let's get weird. First and 10 Broncos. Third different quarterback of the afternoon for UCO is Connor Kirby. 5 touchdown passes in just a little over a half of action for Dawson Herl. Carson Trimble came in, led a couple touchdown drives, and now Connor Kirby in at quarterback with the running back William Mason to his right on first and 10 from the 25 for UCO.
No victory offense.
Kirby hands to Mason, running left. Mason at the 25 to the 30, bounces back, 35, 40, still on his feet, runs over a tackler all the way out to the 44. It's a run of 19 yards and a first down for the Broncos with 58 seconds to go. So first and 10 Broncos from the 44. And UCO's only got to run one more play, and they may do just that here. Kirby with Mason behind him this time in the pistol. Kirby hands to Mason, running right. Big hole at midfield, and runs for about 11 yards. He's got another first down to the Lincoln 45, and that's going to do it. Clock will run out, and the Broncos will win this one. Final score, UCO 59, Lincoln 17. John, your final thoughts on this win?
I mean, offense looked pretty good today, I thought. Maybe didn't run the ball as efficiently as I thought we would, but still accomplished what they needed to. I mean, anytime you can put up 59 points, you're executing on offense. Defense, for the most part, executed well. A couple little breakdowns, but this was a good game for the Broncos, one that they needed, and hopefully they can go get another big win next week in Tahlequah.